Allow the children. It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego politico, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. This one not the off in mind. Oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Can in the touchlight every corner. Oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get it higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Politico, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. This one not they off in mind, oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my ego, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my ego diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't.
Hello there. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Glory Facebook, glory YouTube. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun Power. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun Power. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò ní.
A salute as well.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Thank you so much for joining me, and then thanks for watching this. Okay, but if you are watching live, even if you are watching a replay later, do this first. Like the broadcast, share it. Okay. Subscribe if you haven't, and also sit back, read the caption as well, you know, just before you settle down. Okay, yes, do that. Thank you. Pekele, arúgbó jẹ gbèsè. Now who go pay? This has been the reality of APC, Egbekegbe, that is now battling with legitimacy. You see, when you steal something, okay, it's like saying, like, when you lie, you're gonna need more lies to back the first lie, and just on and on and on and on and on. You have to, like, endlessly. 2.5 weeks ago, the INEC of Nigeria declared Kalu the winner of the Nigeria 2023 charade called election. So people are now shouting and screaming, ole, 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 give us our mandate, ole, ole. But surprisingly, in 48 hours, in a space of 48 and 72 hours, APC, Egbekegbe, they have staged, listen to this, they have staged 2 solid protests. Now them win, now them they protest. But you see, the one they did, this second one, is so different that I have to use it as the rider for this broadcast. You know why they protested this time? They protested so as to warn all of you calling APC ole, asking Tinubu to return the certificate of return. Every one of you that is saying that Tinubu is not your president. For the second time, APC, Egbekegbe, the relocated Agberos from Lagos, staged a protest to warn all of you from protesting against the president-elect. Okay. Sorry if that actually comes so fast. Let's slow it down. We'll slow it down now, okay? The rider for this broadcast is about the party that won an election in Nigeria, but is afraid of the actions of those that lost. To the point that it has become so much like they are always in panic mode, always aggressive. Even after they have been declared winner, they are still very much like angry. They are not happy. I never, ever expected them to be so scared of the people they just defeated that they staged press conference after press conference, TV appearance after TV appearance, hack writers, hack journalists, hack this or that, all of them on different arched jobs, and then protest. So this particular protest is about warning all of you. Okay, the first one was about telling INEC, no pressure. Don't let anybody tell you to change any results. We are also sending warning to the judiciary. Remember, they said if you are rigged, go to court. Right? Now, those who believe that they have been rigged, they headed to court. APC, Egbekegbe, staged a protest. Because right from that court, they said INEC must open their door and let the people that lost check and confirm the materials used in declaring the winner. APC staged a protest to go and tell INEC that don't let them pressure you. Which one is pressure you? Court, you said people should go to court. They went to court. Court said INEC should open their door. You protested. Okay. Then INEC won't open its door. The people that went to court said, we are going to protest all over Nigeria. The winners, they came out again. We need to warn all of everybody that protest is now banned. Any protest against the president-elect is a call for war. Allah, calm down, elect you now. They never swear for you now. They never swear you in. We know that when they swear you in, now so it go be. All those agencies and the rest of them, they will be led by you thugs. Fine. But wait. Calm down. Now you win. You are supposed to be celebrating. Now people suppose come they wake you up. Say, you are celebrating. You are here celebrating. They have taken your case to court. But no, you won. You couldn't celebrate. So talking about, let's take it back a little bit. In this broadcast as well, there is also another bigger threat, and their reaction is telling the level of panic or frustration they are currently going through. And I will break it down for you. How many of you still remember that there is no polling unit on social media? Making noise, abusing people, talking nonsense and everything on social media. It's not going to change anything in Nigeria. Abi, how many of you remember that? Because there was an era. I'm talking about those, those influencers. They were like making political pundit and the rest. And whenever they see the obedience, they saw them as irritants, ignorant people who don't understand Nigeria politics. And they will be taught a lesson. Remember, there was an era for that. They were not considered as anything. Those ones making noise on social media. They didn't say, they were even calling Obi social media president. How many of you remember that? Okay. That's actually not the point I want to make. I just thought I should start from there. Then it got to a stage, right, that they felt like it is actually right, okay, to violently rig an election as expected just to teach disobedient a lesson of their life. Suddenly, those who were activists, those ones that you always like kind of love to message privately. Comrade, please, comrade Deji, comrade Chidima, comrade this and that. My leader, sir, all those ones when you are doing all those. And they were always like against the establishment. Because of what they call the irritation, the irritants obedient, they are so disrespectful. They are so. Suddenly, they ended up on the side of your oppressors. That was the first shift that happened before the charade of February 25th. The obedient were called noisemakers. Bunch of faceless social media attention seekers. They don't even get PVC. And in a twinkle of an eye, you and I, you may pretend though, I'm trying to remind you. You know what I mean? That's what I'm doing. You remember that time, Abi? Then it switched to they are now the most dangerous people. And they must not be allowed to rule Nigeria. And suddenly, PDP, APC, and sadly, some of the people that were shouting Yoruba nation now with us, the propaganda got to most of them. And they followed suit. And they turned the obedient to IPOB in their warped mind. Remember, they were irrelevant. They were just noisemakers. They don't mean anything politically. Let's talk about real people. Remember? And it got to a stage when some of you started feeling like it could probably go the other way. And the only way to maintain, to manage that shock in your private lives there is to expect the establishment to do what they did exactly, rig, violently, manipulate, and the rest of that, so that you could have something to go back and teach the obedient and tell them, shall we not tell you, ni? You are too small. You have no idea. To rule Nigeria, you must build bridges. You must build Julius Baja and the rest of that. Again, they were supposed to be irritants until Lagos happened. When Lagos happened, a lot of these guys confessed in private that politically it was a shock, a rude shock. At that point, the attention of the real threats switched from the supposed infiltrated, divided PDP to these new people who are just no longer on social media. Now, this journey, initially, when those who were so comfortable with the status quo across Nigeria, they call them the mob without head, just bunch of noisemakers. But on the day of their elections, the shock made them make so many mistakes. And in coming back, they turned the whole fight into tribal war. The people that had no polling units, the noisemakers is on social media, 4 people tweeting in a room. They were those who now taught the establishment a lesson. They fought and fought. It was like the fight of their life. And at the end of the day, what is the end goal? An illegitimate president-elect. That is now the battle. How did who wants to be president of Nigeria or governor of anywhere in Nigeria or any political party you belong to in Nigeria suddenly, overnight, like magic, switch to Igbo versus Yoruba? Then, like a propaganda on steroid, Igbos are coming to take over Yoruba land. And you know where the argument is lost? 2 Yoruba sons are running to become governor of a state. The 4 people tweeting inside a room, they defeated powerful established people, career politicians, godfathers, party leaders, state governors, what do you call it? National lawmakers, without paying a bribe. They defeated them inside the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, inside Old Rocky. They defeated them in Lagos, defeated them in Alimosho, the traditional base of APC. They defeated them, they defeated Kolu in front of Bodilon, back of Bodilon. They defeated the the APC chairman in Nasarawa. They defeated the governor of Nasarawa, defeated all the APC structure and PDP in Nasarawa. They defeated all the PDP APC structure in Plateau. They defeated all the PDP APC structure in places where the shock they haven't recovered. Then suddenly, the people that are now scared, those who told you, if you are not comfortable with the way they are running Nigeria, go and contest for election. If you are not happy with the way things, go and fight your governor. Go back to your state and do this and that. Suddenly, those doesn't matter anymore. 2 Yoruba sons are running for an office, and Yorubas are, this APC, they are now turning against their fellow Yorubas. Just because they want to save the job of political criminals who don't actually give a damn. They don't give a damn about you, whether you are Yoruba, whether you are Igbo, whether you are Hausa, whether you are, they don't give a damn. Then how did that switch? How did the people, they were so irrelevant, are now the people receiving direct threats to the point of photoshopping Biafra flag on a Pinterest image to send to all those grandma, grandpa, and every one of them on WhatsApp, because you want to save someone whose job, because you want to save Tinubu's 2.5 billion every month allocation, because you want to save the Agberos from losing their daily extortion, no. Elogbe flag Biafra sórí ilé to scare everybody that Igbos are coming to take their land, when you know it is not true. You turned against your own brother because of politician. Do you believe there is actually Igbo versus Yoruba outside this political madness? Do you? Or you? People are calling you bigots. Maybe we misunderstood you, or we are misunderstanding you. Do you know what you can do? Tonight, you can join the People's Parliament. Either from Facebook, on YouTube. There is a link to my studio here. Maybe you can come and convince us and tell us what you know. Maybe we don't know anything. You can come here and tell us what is the benefit that Yorubas are benefiting from Yoruba land right now that is being led by the Yorubas. And I also want you to come and explain to us, what do you think Yorubas are going to lose if Sanwo-Olu is no longer the governor of Lagos? Maybe you can explain to us. But they said Lagos is no man's land. But now still they sell the land. So which means you are still the owner of the land. Yoruba land. Lagos is Yoruba land. And there is no way in anybody's dream, not even the Fulani terrorists that are terrorizing our people in the forest, can take an inch of land from Yoruba land by any means without the consent of the Yorubas. You know that? Do you? No, you don't. Of course you do. That's why you shouldn't believe all these liars who are trying to save their feeding bottle. You are spreading propaganda. You are dividing relations. You are destroying relationships. You are destroying things that are actually what should be left for you when these criminals take everything from you. As they talk about 133 million poor Nigerians, Do you know that we have our own share of that too? As we talk about the out of 22 million out of school children in Nigeria, we have our own fair share of out of school children in Yoruba land too. In Lagos State alone, there are over 2.3 million out of school children who are supposed to be in school, but they are not. It's a pandemic. They are going to grow up in Yoruba land, and they are going to be our own Boko Haram in the future. That is what these guys are breeding. Poverty and all that. Eh? So you might actually come on and explain to us something we don't know, that probably we are going to lose. The People's Parliament will be for you. The link is there. So I'll get to that part and I'll open the line. So it's not going to be phone calls. It's going to be you. Bring up your face. Tell us what we don't know. And tell me if you actually believe in the Igbo versus Yoruba, this or that. Right? Also, like I said, people are actually like, you might think, some of you may not know something that, how bad this is, how very, very bad it is. APC destroyed Nigeria beyond what many of you can even imagine. If people are allowed to tell you how much destruction they have survived since APC, Egbe came, a lot of you will never touch them with the longest pole that you can pick. But APC are cold-hearted daredevil organization, right? That has perfected the what do you call it? The instrument of divide and rule. Something like what you are witnessing right now. When you are divided, right? In that chaos, they control and gain and maintain power. That's what they do. So, when you are so soaked in it, a lot of people who have been so soaked in it, it is so hard to come out. Because it will be so hard at breaking for them to realize that what they have believed in for so long has been a lie. Okay? And a lot of you might think, oh, this is with the Yorubas, that's what Yorubas are. I think some of you are actually like that too. Yorubas hate Igbos. Yorubas, they will never treat themselves like that. And I keep telling you, every divisive rhetoric you see out there, that is politically, which is mostly politically, motivated, is not in the interest of anybody, and nobody is spared. Let me tell you how damaged some of the APC Egbes are. Just like some of you have been asking, they won, but they are not celebrating. What happened? They are embittered souls that knows that except for the trick of manipulation, coercion, and then violence and every other thing like that, they stand no chance. Where real people are having a developmental or human conversation. It's all about them. And it's so sad that, as damaging as it has become, like I said, do not get soaked in it. Families are being torn apart because of this. So if you think some of those who are the Agbadomite, some of them who live abroad, remember I've told you about about this Abrodian Buhari idiots. The Abrodian Lagos abobakus. They are as vile, as bigoted, as those you can see in Nigeria. I'm talking about those frustrated ones you are seeing in Nigeria. The ones that are really facing the fire. You won election. You are supposed to be happy, Abi. You are not supposed to be vengeful, Abi. Even if you are so bigoted, should you be so towards the same people, your fellow Yoruba? Again, let me repeat this again. The bigotry that some of you have seen in so many Lagos abobakus, Tinubu supporters, who are very, very sort of aggressive when it comes to blackmailing or any other violence, you know what I mean? They are not limiting this to non-Yorubas. They are as vile towards Yorubas as they are towards non-Yorubas. When they say non-Yorubas, especially Igbos, hate Yorubas, and they continue to speak on that, and they say to teach the Igbos, they need to burn down their properties, they need to burn down their shops, they need to chase them out of Yoruba land. Do you know that they have similar plan in their warped minds, in their bigoted minds, to do the same thing to their fellow Yorubas that might be against such idea? They are very few, but you will never know them until when Nigeria have elections. This is your time to see how bigoted of this, these people are. And it's not just towards the Igbos. Let me tell you a story of a guy who left Nigeria just not long ago. A student, I suppose. So just relocated to the UK. Yoruba boy. And he was looking for an apartment. So, and he got introduced to another Yoruba brother in London. So they talk and all that. Oh yeah, I've got a spare room that you can take up for a starter. So everything went well. So it was when he moved in. Remember, this guy is just coming from Nigeria. One of those whose japa worked towards the end of last year and they left. Oh, can you imagine how happy someone will feel when you leave Nigeria and you have to meet other Nigerians, whether Yoruba, nobody actually really cares. Whoever is there to help you, you grab it. But do you know how you feel when you can actually meet somebody from your own part of Nigeria? It feels different, let me tell you this. But a lot of people, and it's also like the same thing with every part of, like I said, right? It feels different until people now have to tell you the story, their sad tale, or something happened, I would never, it was, you know what I mean? That's not the story I want to share with you. But this guy moved in. Don't be saying they help him. Do you get that now? He has a spare room and he needed a spare room. So he paid for that and he became his tenant. It was after he moved in. Yoruba to Yoruba brothers. A young man to somebody who is like older. He said it was then the guy discovered that he is obedient. Now, you are obedient. You are a Yoruba man. How many of you people told you that? How can you say you are supporting Obi as a Yoruba man, even though you are all living abroad? How many people have told you that one-on-one? Not on social media, okay? Not on social media. I'm talking about one-on-one. People that you're having chat with. For those of you who are interested in their elections. Do you remember how many people who told you that, like, as a Yoruba man, you are living abroad, though, you are supposed to be like exposed to, and you are also watching their campaigns. You are also watching Tinubu. You are watching all those comical display. And then you said you are supporting Obi. How many of them told you abroad that as a Yoruba man, as a Yoruba woman, it is very wrong for you to be saying that? You are supposed to support. How many? Or how many people fought you for you telling them that Kolu is just the pro max of Bokwari? And with what people have suffered as well, nobody should publicly, as a Yoruba man, even open his mouth and say Kolu is something, right? How many people you fought? Okay. Now you get where I'm going now, Abi. Now this young man who just came from Nigeria, somebody we just saw the head. He was now expressing his political view. Do you know what happened? They were living like that first month, second month, then the 25th of February came. Just like it happened in Borno, as well as in Lagos, where they started attacking people, the Igbos. In Borno, they started burning their markets. That was the first day, after the 25th, though, to send a signal to the Igbos that God save you. If they say they declare that you will be, Now civil war go start time. Because that's exactly the message. Abi? They were supposed to be celebrating. They were supposed to be happy, Abi? But they were full of rage and vengeance. Remember, abroad, this young man had to go and face his own hell too. Congratulations, that Asiwaju has now been declared winner. Like year in your life, don't ever say congratulations to me. Well, see, come, guy, come. My spirit and your spirit can no longer live together. I want you to leave this house, or else I'm going to call immigration. I'm going to call police. But what happened? Egbon, what did I do? No, I've been trying to maintain it. I've been but my spirit and your spirit can no longer stay together anymore. But now you win now. Now politics now. No. All of you Yorubas, every Yoruba, all of you Yoruba that did not want Asiwaju, that is against APC, all of you, we go kill you. That's exactly the point. Egbon is serious. If you don't move out of my house, I'll call the police. Yoruba to Yoruba. So if you are Igbo and you think we don't know how some of you feel, like when conversation is beyond just verbal. Oh yeah, Yoruba ngbati. I say you too. Ajokuta mamomi. You they do, you know, that stuff that we abuse ourselves. Once we begin to take it beyond that we begin to target ourselves. That is the next devil that APC, Egbekegbe, promised you. That is the next devil. So don't think we don't know how some of you actually feel when these miscreants, in the name of politics, hiding behind tribe or ethnic or religion, to come for you. You are not the only one they do come for. They go for Yoruba, their own fellow Yoruba brothers and sisters. I swear. Let me see if I have that screenshot. Right, let me see. Where's the first one? Right. Now, look at this young man. Okay, he said, so my landlord, who is a British Yoruba, staunch Tinubu supporter, who rented out a room to me in Croydon, gave me a week notice to move out of his flat. To him, I am Omoale Yoruba for supporting Obi against my fellow Yoruba man. Right? I had just moved here 6 weeks ago, still trying to learn the ropes, stability and all. I actually begged him and congratulated him when Bat won and thought we've moved on. But he called me he called me, and in his words, he said, Spirit emi atie ko ba ara won mu, that he wants to use the room. He even threatened to call the police on me and throw out my bags if I fail to move out on the said 15th of March. As I pack my bags, getting ready to relocate to Southampton, I ponder on the extent of what people would do to their fellow tribesmen because of politics. Learn the hard way. For those asking, we didn't sign any agreement. Got the room through a mutual friend in the US. I was naive, but I'm wiser now. Do you get the message? So this is how far people can go. In 2015, some of those who are like the social media influencers that became influential when this APC changed, everybody was drinking the Kool-Aid of APC then. They went, after they won, after Jonathan, accepted the defeat, conceded, and called Buhari. They went after different individuals, including ministers, appointees of Jonathan, individual, personally. They wrote letters, petitions, to their employers. So after government, so some of them just went back to their different, jobs. These guys, they wrote letters to universities to to suspend or dismiss some Nigerians because of the role they play before 2015 elections. This is how sadistic they have been. And one of the reasons why they have been unable to unite Nigeria, because they have no intention of doing that. That is why in their own utterances, they will continue to let that divide vote lines. Igbo, Yoruba, Christian, Muslim, this and that. Now, let me tell you how their divide and rule works. Okay? In Nigeria context. Remember when I told you that normally the divide and rule, the way divide and rule works is that I am an aftershave holder, and we're like 1 million of us aftershave holder. Some of us are teacup holders, and we are in our millions too. But all of us are cohabiting in a place. So when those who are in charge of that place fail, all of you can agree to get rid of them. But that is if you agree. Okay? But, that is if you agree. You would never agree. Because in their messages, they will continue to tell the aftershave holders that the teacup holders, they are coming to take their aftershave. And they will be telling the teacup holders that the aftershave holders are coming to take their teacups. So they will live in suspicion of one another. They will never want to sit together to discuss what really bothers, what really matters to them. They will be talking and telling each other that we know your plan. We know your plan. They have told us your plan. No, we know your plan. You get what I mean? As divided as they are, then their oppressors can continue to rule. That's exactly what APC is doing. But let me put that of APC in a context here, okay? They do something, then they blame other people for doing it, right? And they amplify it. And you begin to think, oh, those are the people who are doing it now. Here, they choose Muslim tickets in a divided country, right? Because they know people will react. Number one, that means those who are Muslims, at first, they may be surprised, but they will fancy it. They won't totally oppose it. They may be indifferent. Some may be indifferent, right? But they won't totally oppose it because they are Muslims. The Christians are going to be totally enraged and against it, right? Expectedly, they know, they projected that. So that will automatically push the Christians to one side, okay? But there will be some that will be like offended when, for example, when pastors begin to say, oh, don't vote for Muslim, oh, the Muslims are going to come and take over. They are going to Islamize this country. Some people are going to find that offensive because religiously, they will believe that they should not participate in religion. I'm saying this practically now. But that won't make them to go and vote Muslim. Some of them would rather not vote any at all. And that is a plus for those who put Muslim together. Because the Christians won't have the vote, even though they know they won't have the vote. Abi? Then when the Christians begin to talk, initially, like I said, some Muslims will be like indifferent. This is wrong, very wrong. I mean, come on. This is absolutely, you know what I mean? But they know that with time, the reactions of those who are Christians that opposed it, what they are saying, where they are saying them, will begin to get to those Muslims who are indifferent. And it's going to be in two ways, not like the Christians, okay? Two ways. It will begin to get to them. You know they don't like it. They know it's not good. Then when they begin to see the reactions of the Christians towards Muslims, they'll begin to take offense and be like, in fact, if I didn't want to do this because of all I have heard, the advantage, the plus of this Muslim ticket, because of all these things that all these Christians are saying, so they want to overrule us, Abi. Christians want to take over and control us. Oh, now we need to save Islam. It's no longer saving the politicians who put the two together anymore. And it doesn't matter who they are anymore. It's going to be, let's save Islam. But they can hide it behind, let's save Nigeria. Do you understand? So the people who put that together, in that regard, they win more Muslim conveniently. Because some will believe that they are saving Islam. Some will believe that through Islam, they are saving Nigeria. And on, like other things they'll make up. But guess what? They are only saving the politicians. They are feeding bottles. Because immediately after the elections, all of them, nobody could care about them anymore. So that's how you use divide and rule religiously. So Christians are being told they need to fight for their life. If this thing, Muslims ticket should continue, their faith is in danger, their this is in danger. So only less people have logical reasons for choosing who they want. It is the same way with tribe. But you know what makes that of a tribal ethnic division kind of hilarious and laughable is that Nigeria is divided. Nigeria was never one Nigeria. Okay? All of these are military declaration. That's what created this Nigeria. At first, colonial declaration. Then after that, military declaration. Nobody historically is actually asked if they want to be part of this Nigeria. Under what condition? Nobody, no tribe was asked. No referendum, nothing. It's just like, hey, this is it next. So yeah, that's it next. But you see, in that Nigeria, with over 250 ethnic nationalities in that place. 250 tribes and nationalities. Speaking different languages. So naturally, one Nigeria is a ruse. Because we have already been divided along our tongue, language, culture, tradition, all combined, that also describe the religion that we actually massively follow from different parts of Nigeria. So it's already divided. But they are only forcing it together, forcefully, just like you are saying. But they are forcing Nigeria together by dividing Nigerians. So they tell you, Igbos are coming to take your land. And you are like, how? Are they going to now take the land and take it back to Igbo land, Abi? Or are they going to now take, and they will now appoint Oni of Ife, and they are going to change even Oba of Eko, the Oba of Lagos, the Eleko, that they will just say, okay, something happen, na Igwe now sit in Igaidugoran in Lagos. Abi na Obi that they appoint now for Ile Ife. Ridiculous things that normally they fly easily because the promoters of these divisive rhetorics, okay, they think they are smart. They can make up stories. Igbos don't sell land to their. You get money to buy land. You don't get money to buy land. But they are telling that Igbos know they sell this or that, Abi. And the one that you are selling in Lagos, now gone that they put for your head. Before before Igbos own the land. I'm just saying, you know that when they fire like this, it is because they are about to lose their feeding bottle, like I said. I'll speak for just about 10 more minutes, okay? I wanted to get you all into it. If you want to be part of this, it's called People's Parliament, okay? You can join. There is a link, especially if you are watching live, okay? If you are not long, I mean, if this is a replay like the following day, right? You won't be able to join us, okay? But here, how could the winner be protesting and asking that Nigerians should not be protesting against Tinubu? Yeah. You said you are going to court. Go to court. Stop protesting. If you do this, we are going to bring chaos to Nigeria. Why? They even took this Egbon. I know this Egbon in Lagos, so not Togo. I don't even know saying still be talk. I forgot his name, but some people know his name. It's like a fanatical APC thug. I didn't even know that he's still alive. But let's go to that Abuja quickly. I'll spend my 10 minutes.
Solidarity walk, which started from the Federal Ministry of Justice through Eagle Square, ended at the Presidential Villa Junction, with members of the group advising presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, and that of Labour Party, Peter Obi, to continue to explore the legal system to challenge the outcome of the election rather than resorting to street protests.
Our demand is very simple. Nobody should come and intimidate the Supreme Court of Nigeria. This is our land. It is our country. We have a say in this country. And above all, this is our government. Nobody can gang up to attempt to intimidate our government. We have been patient enough. Having said this, we call on the security agents to say thank you for not doing the work that people thought you do. They thought you always rig elections. You stayed with us in this election free and fair. The president, for not misusing his power, he stood with us and he conducted elections free and fair.
Smart, too smart. But that's not his real name, oh. Some people know his real name. Something shows something is his name. Shonubi or Shokunbi something. It's not smart something that he gave to the... But do you see that? I told you, I know him. I know him very well. I just can't remember his real name. So he didn't give his real name to the media. But did you see that Ray Janga? I want to make Abuja niye. Now them go take over Abuja. They are already in Abuja. Some people who are in Abuja, you should have been seeing them by now. You will be seeing some of them and everywhere. They are in Abuja. They are telling you that you cannot protest. How can you be protesting when you are in court again? And all, you know what I mean? It is a Boko Haram na. You go, well, anyway. Meanwhile, back to Lagos, where they are playing the tribal card and all of that, attacking their own brother because they want to save politicians. I think their policemen had this to say, by the way. Hang on.
Hello, Lagosians. I'm Idowu Owohunwa, your Commissioner of Police, heading your police command in Lagos State. I want to engage you and encourage you to continue to be law-abiding as we prepare for the upcoming gubernatorial and state assembly elections. I can assure you that insofar as you work closely with me and within the context of the Electoral Act, I promise to deliver to you a peaceful, secure electoral environment for you to have the confidence to go out there and exercise your franchise. But please, Lagosians, cooperate with your police. All the political parties, please encourage your faithful to remain law-abiding and go to the polling units, conduct themselves in an organized manner. But for those electoral advisories, those individuals that think they can come out to threaten the peace that an average Lagosian so treasure, we can assure you that we will bring the full weight of the Lord to. Hello, Lagosian.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt.
I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
We will work with you.
You believe them, you will believe anything. You believe him, you will believe anything. I get one babish who I once said, for Abeokuta. If you believe anything those guys say, right? I get one for you. It's very cheap. Now $1,500. Now big, massive babish. Now you go home for life. I'm joking. That's not true. However, talking about the criminals themselves, everywhere tight, everywhere rough. But do you know that your average politician, even when after they rile you, after they play the tribal, religious, and every other politics they use, so if they fail, or let me say they get rigged or out-rigged, you know what happened? They all have plans, and their plans doesn't have anything to do with Nigeria. If you ask this one from Nasarawa, I be where he come from, Nasarawa, what is your retirement plan? You are a governor, you govern a state for 4 years. Let's say you now lose the election. What's your plan? See the retirement plan. Nigeria, no, they there.
And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. If I do one term, wallahi, tallahi, I will leave and go and retire either in America or in Saudi Arabia or this and live my life peacefully. You know, and I know no EFCC will call me, no police will call me because I'm not spending one of your money, I'm not stealing it. So one term or what? To hell with one term. Yes, one term. Bring it. Let me take it. I'm happy to take it. And I mean it from
your money or what? But do you see his retirement plan? Nigeria no even did there. Now somebody is now trying to gaslight you that you are not a patriotic Nigerian because you are not shouting, I love Nigeria. Nigeria is going to be great. Only except if you are just say Dodoyo. Dodoyo, we don't actually know anything. And Dodoyo no be just person where young old person self be Dodoyo. Once they say something, they will keep repeating it. So you take a go there, say all day. You start repeating it. Tetracycline, anti-tablet, tetracycline, anti-SScycline, tetracycline, anti-SScycline. By the time you work 30 seconds, it don't turn to tetracycline, anti-tetracycline, SScycline, cotecycline. By the time you get to the chemist, they say, what do you want to buy? Marama King, Atimura Mufera Queen. Are you dumb? What do you want to buy? Mufera King or Kofe? You know, many of us have been like that too. Dumbo people, but when you were younger, that's what they say. Oh yeah, they sing amo, don't forget amo. Tetracycline, Atitetmoso. Okay, let's use that one. Tetracycline, Atitetmoso. Oh yeah. Okay, tetracycline, tetmoso, tetracycline, tetmoso, tetracycline, tetmoso. Then you move forward, they will say tetracline, coremoso, tetramascline. Then you know what I mean? There are some dodoyos like that. If you tell them, Igbos are coming to take Yoruba land. Igbos are coming to take Yoruba land. Igbos are coming to take our land. Igbos are coming to take our land. Igbos are coming to come and chase our king. Igbos are coming to come and take over and change our king. Igbos are coming to come and take our king. Igbos are... Baba, can you explain that to us? Don't ask me stupid question. Igbos are coming to come and take our kings. Igbos are coming to come and change our kings. Igbos are... Baba, calm down. I don't hear you. Yeah, explain. How? How are they going to do it? You are Omo Ali. You must be Omo Ali. Igbos are coming to take our land. Igbos are coming to take our kings. Igbos are coming to take our... We must fight. You know, we must all fight to stop the Igbos from coming. You know, all that nonsense. They are dodoyos. Just like that. Now you go tell where you belong. I'm not calling you dodoyo, but if you have been one of those who can actually explain how the Igbos are coming to come and take over Yoruba land, oh, yeah, to someone that must clean, I think was clean. That must clean, must clean. That must Orio, but Oshima Buminon, you go abuse me last. But if you get confidence, to ban confidence, Shongbo, grab your device. I'm going to post a link in the comment section now. Shongbo, to ban ni aya. So in short there, to come hide this side, saying camera ti me only know nobody go beat you. Don't hide behind that keypad. Shut up your mouth. Come back home. We'll talk about that one later. When I post the link now, Shongbo, open the link. Connect the camera on your phone, a tablet or whatever, so that you can come and say it to my face. So I'm going to take just a minute break. Okay. One last was solo Jumi. You have to come and say it to my face. So the People's Parliament will start now. And it is going to last for 1 hour, 40 minutes. So everyone is welcome to join. Come and speak your own truth. Bring out your face. And if you haven't really used the link in the description, here we go. Use it. Shongbo. I have just posted the link. When I come back, I will begin to accept the parliamentarians. Benny, connect it. Open the link, connect it. Come and disgrace your family name publicly. We have been looking for those who actually, the 8.5, 8.7 million that voted for Kolu. Now, this is your opportunity. Come and tell us, say you voted for Kolu. Come and tell us, for majority of you, if you dare, there's some of you, especially on Facebook, Lagos abobakus, iyan jeyin, iyaton jeyin, orun iyaton jeyin, we dey smell am for here. Oh, bad they be pay. Even as horrible as some of you have become, we see they pity you, like pity. Even though I don't like to they pity anybody like that. It's like self, what have you? So many of you now Facebook free mode. They destroyed Nigeria to the point that balele, somebody papa, somebody mama, Facebook free mode. You this boy. Ashiwaju is now this Oloshi. Turn camera phone, yeah, if you get data. Yeah. Turn on that camera, tebanino. Abi make turn on the camera inside your room. If you look at it, that place they have changed for you in Nigeria. Stop typing, Willie. Stop typing. Tayi eba better a little bit. Ton camera kwa solo jugboaye parliament ma dancing. You are going to see a lot of people around now. A lot. Sure you get. If you get that courage, Tayi eba better a little bit. If you get small, little better life. Even some of you, abroad Diane, Lagos abobaku. The Mumu Madus, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers. We realize ya benefiti, Baba benefiti. And Olori Bruku, what do you call them again? Baba London, Mama, Mommy New York, Sister Chicago. I want weary, Grandma Texas. I want alaye baje. Ton camera, don't type, don't just type. The link is there. When I come back, I want to go make a cup of tea. Anything where you want, tell us. Come tell us to our face. People go answer you here. I think my own time is up. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Right. Pam, 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 pam. Yeah, you're welcome back. And thank you so much for your patience, okay? Now, let me tell you this beforehand. On the People's Parliament, you are free to speak your mind, speak your truth, put your face behind your words. If na me you want tackle, okay, just be prepared. Don't stutter, okay? Don't come here and start becoming mumbo jumbo. In fact, I say I'm trying to. Embarrass family and I won't you might be old person or young person, it doesn't matter how. If now because of me you won't join. Normally don't join because of me or me, I've spoken my mind. No. I mean, whatever you say here, I can join you, have a chat, and then you have just 5 minutes. Speak your truth, say your thing, don't apologize. Don't apologize. Just say your stuff. I just want to make I tell you now the caveat be that. You know what they call the caveat? So that you don't come here and if you come for me, Mayegun, I have the right to defend myself. I don't go sit down here, they say, make you they talk rubbish. Sure you get, I won't do that. Mayegun, let me speak. Like, I don't care. I could be like that. So don't come they act surprise. So if you want to come for me, just make sure that you are coming with something factual. I will be so happy to listen. Apart from that, I will declare the parliament open. And when I tell you to stop, even if you still have so much to say, I know time waits for no one. You just have to stop. And if you feel like what you want to say, somebody just said it, you can just add little to it. Save us that time. Yield the mic. Apart from that, People's Parliament is always a mixture of everything. Okay. And the most important of it is that it is always interesting. Fresh points, new ideas, new viewpoints, another perspective from other people. And you just have to listen and listen to different variety of opinions. So my parliamentarians who are already waiting in the lobby, if you can hear me, please turn on your cameras. We need a well-lit room, no distraction. If you can go to another room to do this, it's great. Mute your microphones as well. Please do that. Don't unmute until it's your turn to talk or speak. Apart from this, I think we can manage any other chaos that may occur, since none of this is scripted. So we just take it as they come. And thank you so much for participating, by the way. Remember, a well-lit room, no much distraction. Keep the camera on. Put on a cloth. Sorry about that. You need to put on a shirt in a way that it is presentable. Please, if you are joining us, put on a shirt. Baba, why you dey laugh now? Put on a shirt. Don't lie down in your bedroom. Please don't do that. Don't lie down in your bedroom like somebody like this with the phone. Please respect us, okay? There are people who are actually like are following this, and it is not just for fun, okay? Please don't make it too much. And please mute your microphone, like I said. And I'm welcoming the parliamentarian one by one. The link is everywhere. It's on Facebook. It's also on YouTube. At a time, we are going to shut down the broadcast on Facebook. And if you still want to be part of this, you can join us on YouTube. Put on the name, put on your shirt, put on the lights, save any distraction, and if possible, stay away from this broadcast in another room. It helps as well. And how are you, everyone? You can just wave, because if all of you say, hey, it's just going to be chaos. So thank you very much if you can hear me loud and clear. You are welcome to the People's Parliament. A lot has been happening, and I bet all of you have a lot to say. Here, you can say whatever you want. Okay, brilliant. Say what you think we should know. Share with us what you think is valuable as an information that we can pick from. Apart from that, just have fun. Be yourself and speak your mind. You are welcome. So what I'm going to do is that I am going to share the slots, and I'm going to address you by your, what do you call it? By your names there. Okay, so we stick to that. And like I said, once you finish speaking, just don't worry. I'll help you out so that we can admit other people. Another thing, please save yourself that portion of Mayegun, you are this, Mayegun, you are that. At the end of the day, by the time you are done, you may not have more than a minute or two to actually say what you want to say. And it kind of sucks, right? Especially if you have waited for long, okay? I appreciate every accolade. I enjoy them, but I don't want you to spend all your slots doing that, okay? So let's start with the people that, if I hang on. So I know we have a lot of people who are already waiting. I expected to have at least, 12 of us on. But if your room is too dark, it's going to be a little bit of a problem, okay? I know a lot of you are also trying to join. You are all going to join, all right? And we'll share the time. So let's get started. So for now, I'm going to let Sir Oludare Adediran. You are going to open the floor, okay? And please, once I am like that, you can just round it up, and even if it's not enough, if the time is not enough, okay? So 5 minutes, that will be the max. And then from you, we're going to go to, okay, hang on. I think I should start like that. So After yourself, we're going to go to son of Ubinu. Yes, it's going to be you, bro. Then I'm going to go straight to Sir John Unebechukwu. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Unebechukwu. So you are going to go after son of Ubinu. Yes, Baba. Oh, hang on. There is a lady in the house, and usually I kind of love to put them in the mix. Sorry, ma'am. So I am going to let our lady, Titi Lola Duro Price. You are going to go after Sir John Unebechukwu. Then Des will go after her. Okay. Sorry, guys. So then Mende Gabriel, Idris Mayegun, I want you to relax so that you'll be able to assimilate some of this old charts, because yours can be personal experience, which is also very valuable too. So let's get started. Sir Oludare Adediran, sir. You can unmute now, please. Your time starts now.
Thank you very much, Mayego. Good evening.
Yes, sir.
I'm very happy to meet you today. This will be my first time on your program. I've been watching you a lot of time. In fact, I will firstly thank you for the great work you have been doing in my personal life. Not to talk of many Nigerians' life. So far, you open my heart, you open my eye, you open everything about me concerning Nigeria. Honestly, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate. You know, based on Nigeria, you know, everything you have been saying concerning Nigeria, the gimmicks of the politicians and their followers, the way they trade Nigeria, the way they do everything in their own personal paper, irrespective of what will happen thereafter. You open my eye a lot to see, and I confirm it, even in religious matter aspect, every aspect they have been using, they use tribalism, they use religion, everything. I'm seeing them, even they are practicing it at present. It's happening. I'm in Oyo State. It's happening right now in Oyo State, based on coming election of governorship. And I've seen it a lot in that presidential election just conducted. And my own side is just to have a very decent man to be in that position. Not of this one, they just declare winner of the election. Well, you know, we have limited power as Nigerians.
How was the reaction? I mean, at least in one or your share you get. So
yes.
How was the reaction? You are from there. Just tell us, how was it like?
Actually, based on the presidential election, you know, there is one adage that is common among Yoruba that meanwhile, we still see some of we Yorubas, even in Oyo State, that believe this is not a matter of let's put the right peg in the right hole. So many voted on that matter, and even it affects Seyi Makinde based on coming election now, because there are some people hiding under the condition of he supported Kolu to have won the election, and some of his members of his party for senatorial posts and the House of Rep, they lost their posts to the people.
He's on his own now. He should not call them for any re-election. We are hearing even Ladoja came out to endorse Folari. How is that?
That's you know, right from the beginning, they started the journey with Seyi Makinde based on coalition and alliance forming, all sort of that. When he wanted to win the 4 years, just going to an election. So now, you know, many of them, they have grudges against him based on the disappointment they met after the election. So up to now, based on everything, they are using religion now. To make sure he's not winning the second time. They are using religion, they are using everything against him.
Wow.
And the people that just lost the senatorial position and the House of Rep positions, they are even not, they are unhappy.
Wow.
Some disguised, some just open their grievances that, see, we are going to vote for the unity you said you are voting for. You know, when he was interviewed, he said, they said, who are you going to vote for in the presidential election? I said, he's going to vote for unity. So many of them are now using that quote that no problem. this coming election of the governorship, we are going to vote for unity too.
Thank you so much, Sir Oludare. Your
Yes,
time
sir.
is up, and it's quite an interesting way to open the parliament. I love the
Yeah,
fact that
thank you.
the light
Thank
is
you.
on, the network
Yeah.
is fine, and I'm happy to meet you, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to meet you too. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. So let's go to the next, my guy, son of Ubinu.
What's up, bro? Yeah, you pronouncing that right. It's a real pleasure, bro. For real.
Cheers, man. Cheers. How you doing?
It's really. I'm well, sir. I'm well. So how you doing?
Well, surviving. As long as I show up for the service, I think everybody here will believe that I'm fine. So yes, I am.
But like I said, this is like you. I stumbled upon your program like 5 months ago. You know,
right.
You're really interesting guy. Like you're a comedian. To me, you're a comedian. Like straight up, you're a comedian. I don't know if you know that. Straight up.
Do you mind if I share a story with you, right?
Please.
When I was just about 14 years, I had a role model. His name was Benga Deboye, right? Okay. And he was kind of so multi-talented. He was meant to be a comedian. But some people, he's a musician. To others, he's like a philosopher. To others, he's actually like a political analyst. He seems to be so
compassion.
It blends into all, you know what I mean? So I admired him so much, so I wanted to pick him.
That's what happens when you speak the truth.
Do you get that? So I decided I was going to become a radio presenter. So I approached this office at Ojodu.
That's the beggar, right?
So, but I didn't have money, right? And I could have gotten, right? But I didn't know. So I went back and something happened. He died. Then he woke. I was the happiest. Then he died again. And I was like,
wait, I just want to die, wake up and die again.
I mean, like, that's it. I will never be a radio presenter. But here I am.
You much better. I think that was a good thing because this is much better for you, more exposure.
Thanks so much, Prof.
The thing I wanted to say is, you said something. Even it's funny because you predicted this situation in Nigeria. You said, and I quote, "They will rig you in front of you, and there's nothing you can do about it." When you said that, I was like, "That's impossible." I read it. You feel me? I read the everything, and I was like, "This makes sense. Like, there's no way they can rig." You said they're gonna rig you in front of you and tell you to go to the court. This was 3 months ago. And I was like, even if they're gonna rig this, they're gonna have to do sophisticated. Like they're gonna be sophisticated with it. But when I looked at this nonsense, like, how will somebody look at that and say Biafra shouldn't have their own land? Like they purposefully, like they didn't even try. Tipex, chicken scratch. My brother, we spent 350 billion on that thing.
That's charade.
350 billion. My brother, we are the headquarters of we're impunity. My God, that's the number one problem.
Like this of anyhow,
corruption is everywhere. Is in Scotland, is in UK, is in US. But impunity.
No country on earth is spared of.
No country on earth that has the impunity that we have.
People
doing wrong stuff in front of the camera, and they'll tell you there's nothing you can do about it in front of the camera. Because they know the people that did it yesterday got away with it. So they'll get away with it, and the people in future will get away with it as well. Impunity is our problem.
That's why I was asking that, I said it in sequence. I said, they're going to rig you.
You said that plain. You said that plain.
You'll do it brazenly. That you
said that as well.
Like you'll be so insulted to say, what kind of rigging is this?
Nah,
Then I said, what are you going to do? Because they have planned for you. They know if they rig, they will tell you to go to court. Now, if you go to court, they have planned for you. Now, there is something that is different about Nigeria and the rest of the world that you can't compare. Okay? Is that when you get to a stage, everybody will now realize that the interest that allowed Tinubu to rig like this they are bigger than Tinubu that you are seeing. And at that point, they will now bring what they call because
Government
of
national unity.
No, they
They're
call
already bringing it.
They say because of national security, they cannot cancel this election. It's faulty. We agree. It's one of the worst. In fact, INEC must do better next time. But for the sake of national security, we can cancel it. Now, you want to say, okay, no, we're going to eat the street. Who are you going to eat the street with? The soldiers that can't defend Boko Haram, defend Nigeria against Boko Haram. Didn't you see them during the election? They were
doing absolutely nothing.
They were buying weapons to suppress Nigerians for a period like this. When they rig and they announce results, the plan is beyond that rigging you are seeing. It's far, far beyond that. That's when I was asking when they rig
That's why they were buying those heavy machinery. I saw that. I was like, oh, he's buying it, for the election, not knowing he was buying it against his own citizens. Nigeria elected a dictator on purpose. After he has done the dictating, he's not the same man that scuttled democracy. Remember, how do we get here? That we elected a dictator on purpose. And you are angry that he's not obeying court order. He does not believe in democracy. Of course, he's not going to obey court order because he does not believe in it. Like, we should all be. I know you don't care. you don't care about the country, but we should all be angry. No, collectively, we should all be insulted. They spend the money we don't have.
We don't care. We won't be here. And you know why we cannot uncare is this. We have now figured out, a lot of people have figured out, in fact, through this platform, that you may pretend to ignore the problems in Nigeria.
But that's not you, though.
Publicly, but privately, we all know what we are dealing with. We've got families, we've got friends, we've got some of us actually have investments in that Nigeria.
My high school friends are still back there, man.
Do you get that?
Telling me the struggle every day. I'm like, bruh, these are doctors, by the way.
See?
Loose.
So how can you not feel concerned when you can wake up tomorrow and the call or text you receive is that, bro, save my life. They have kidnapped me. It will start like a joke. Usually, if somebody texts you and say, I've been kidnapped, you probably be like, oh, brother, please, I don't have time for this joke. If anybody put that on you right now, your blood will shot in a way that you'll be like, oh my God, Nigeria, bro, it's been a pleasure.
The pleasure is on mine, sir. The pleasure is on mine.
You have a wonderful time over there. So I'll go to Sir John to have sorry, 1 second. To have his shot. Sir, you can actually unmute now. So please. How you doing?
All right. Yeah, thank you so much, Mayegun.
You're so welcome.
I really appreciate the work you're doing. I know you said we should save all the accolades, but you need all the accolades in the world.
I mean,
and you deserve it. You're doing an amazing work, and God will continue to bless you.
Amen.
I'm calling you from Nigeria. I'm domiciled in Nigeria with my family.
Oh, bless you.
So you can imagine how frustrating, being in Nigeria is at a time like this. But one thing.
How do you actually you are there right now? This is
exactly.
Media where they believe that things are being exaggerated. But when this conversation of Igbos versus Yoruba up and down has been flying, people's properties being destroyed, and yourself being there right now, you could tell us, is it actually real?
Mayegun, it's real. And at times it's even underreported because it's only the ones that get to the media, that is reported. And sadly enough, you get to talk to some people, you get to speak to some people that you feel are intellectually sound. And somehow you see them even making excuses for these politicians that have brought us to where we are today. It's crazy. And that is why I so much appreciate the kind of work you're doing, because it's like, someone that have sat on a heap of dung for very long. It gets to a time that you don't even perceive the stench coming from that dung. But what you tried to do, or what you've constantly done, is to remind us that you're actually sitting on a heap of dung. So even if you have lost that sense of smell, you know, someone is there telling you that where you're sitting is you're in big shit and you really need to, you
this
know,
is
come out from that.
thinking.
You know, so it's amazing and so surprising that intellectuals, people that call themselves intellectuals or people that say they are sound, you know, they keep backing some of these politicians. I mean, it's just crazy. I have a friend that I've been following for quite a long time. And I have a friend also that once in a while he comes and see, you know, me watching your videos, and he will like, this guy is confused. You don't know if he's fighting for Yoruba freedom or freedom of Yoruba nation, or he's a politician or supporting, you know, some of these politicians. And I said, that is my own interpretation of, you know, or the response I give to him. I said, Nigeria, it's, how do I put it? We're all looking for something, for the same thing. You know, we're looking for somewhere that we will be valued, for somewhere where the systems work, somewhere where we're well governed and all of that. And however we get to that place, you know, it mustn't be a straight road to get to that place, right? So it's just like some comments you made back then during the campaigns and all of that. You said, yeah, this obedience, they're actually going to, you know, change the narrative. And even if they don't, you know, get what they want, it's actually that catalyst that we need for our liberation, either for Yoruba nation or for, you know, Biafra and all of that, right? Because when we eventually get to this point, I can remember vividly you predicted all this, you know, and you said when we eventually get to this point and everybody will just feel it's just over. We can't, this road, you know, it's just it's leading to nowhere.
On.
Yes.
Just for the sake of our viewers, okay, you have raised and defended a very valid point, okay. What happened is this: the next time, okay, you would probably add this to what you have told such person, an individual, right? Mayegun's diary political is like a melting pot for everyone that has acknowledged the victimhood, the marginalization, the injustice, the impunity that Nigeria represents. That if all of us pay attention very well, we realize that it is the bad leadership in Nigeria,
yeah,
I mean, historically, that has now accumulated the level of division Nigeria is experiencing today. And as many have agreed, Nigeria has never been this divided. APC, did that happen, right? So if we are all victims of a ruining Nigeria and we want to leave, we need to understand why we are living. Because if a lot don't, that's why we still have those who are fighting for that one Nigeria. And I said, look at the obedience. They are going to be their karma. And at the same time, they are also going to be those who are going, they are also going to learn what others have learned about Nigeria, okay, that made them believe that Nigeria can't work. Even when you wish Nigeria well, even when you put everything in it, there are some people, their job is to make sure that that never happens. And as long as that continues, it's just a matter of time before Nigeria finally breaks. So Mayegun is here to make everyone understand that. Then you can then choose, do you want to go and fight for one Nigeria? Or you're actually going to actually fight for something that is better than that? How would you do that if you don't understand? So I appreciate that, John, and thank you so much, okay? Let me take more because of our time, all right? That's my brilliant.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Regards, nice one. So we're going to go to the Our Lady. I don't know what happened. It seems that I keep losing the connection to some of some of our parliamentarians. So let's see. Right. Lady Duro Prize. Ma. So you can unmute so that, yeah, please.
Yes. Thank you, Mayegun. God bless you. Amen. Thank you for all what you've been doing in our lives. I actually try my best to share your program through WhatsApp, because some people don't even have Facebook. So I go to YouTube. Most people have YouTube channel. So I go to YouTube to send it, and they call me later. But some are stubborn, and I just call them morons, because they don't see anything. And unfortunately, there is no light, so they don't know what is happening. They've purposely put them in darkness, and I mean darkness. So it is very hard for them to know what is happening even within their locality. They sent me out of Nigeria since 1990. I've been on exile, like I call myself. Yes, I'm on exile because I couldn't get a job. So I left Nigeria in 1990, and I'm so surprised that people are still there up till now. They still don't know what is happening. And when I tell them, they say, "Oh, really?" I said, "Yes. Can't you see? My mom wanted me to get married that time, and I said I'm not. If I can't get a job, how will my children get a job?" So I left. I left 1990, and thank God I got into London safely, and the rest is history. I keep telling myself I can't thank God enough that I left when I left, because I told my mom if I'm still in Nigeria, she would have died anyway. And she asked me what would kill her. I said, "How many of your friends are still alive?" All of them are dead. They are dead. Their hunger has killed them. So I said, me, if I'm still in Nigeria, I would have done something to myself, or something would have happened to me. I trust myself. I can't stay in that situation. So for them, I don't know. Seriously, I don't know. I get worried every day. And when I get up, I just look back. And there was a time I told my sister-in-law, I said, if I can see somebody to borrow me a jet, I'll just go and carry all my family and then bring them here. Then I don't need no visa. You know, the case is so volatile. And the worst part is they are not educated enough to know what is happening around them. And when I ask them, "Are you going to vote?"
What about
Yes.
self-denial, man? Some of them actually live in denial too. Like, is it just us? Is it only in Nigeria that we have poor people? Is it only in Nigeria that we have bad leaders? Are there no other? You know what I mean? They live in denial too.
And when I say, "What about kidnapping?" They say, "Oh, don't they kidnap in England?"
Don't they kidnap elsewhere?
Can you imagine this? And I just tell them, well, Nigeria will happen to you. Why are you cursing us? It's sad. It's so pathetic. And I just think, how are we going to start to educate them? You are trying a lot, Mayegun. Thank you so much. God bless Agbekeo. She's a very good woman. I can't imagine my husband coming online every day. I mean, I would have seized his voice.
He tried. this thing come easy too, ma. It's just that at the early stage she did try to, you know what I mean, like. But eventually, you know, when you find out that you can't stop this guy, I mean, it seems that you can't really change him. So you just have to support him. That's
okay. And thank God for Caleb and Leila. They are very good. If it was my children, they will come online.
This is also thanks to Agbeke that always keep them like where they should, you know. I mean, we can't thank her enough. And thank you, man, for even like.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye, everyone.
Bye, man. Thank you. Take care. So that's a good one. We're going to go to Des now. And after Des, we are going to go to Idris Mayegun Jr., okay? But however, I've got other people added anyway. I have Sir Debola there observing. I have Sir Kenneth also waiting. Ken, it's good to have you again tonight anyway. So yeah, I have Excel, which I am going to wait till the time that you actually pack to speak. Well, you can enjoy us that way, sir. No distraction, okay? So, Ajia, Sahid, I don't know if I should call you Ajia anyway, so I'm just going to say, you know, that's not showing up fully anyway. So, Ekwonu, that's Said Ekwonu. So I'll take to that, ma'am. So, now what we're going to do is that let's share these slots after Idris, okay? I will let ladies, Lady Chinyere, ma'am. So we'll let the ladies go after Idris, okay, to clear the space for others, right? So Lady Chinyere, you go after Idris, and then our lady as well, Said, you go after her. Then I'm going to go straight to, oh, you're there, Becky. Great, ma. I nearly missed you, but I'm glad you actually showed face. So you're going to go after our second lady, Said Ikwonu, right? Then the men will actually put a crown on whatever you have to add for us tonight. So without wasting much time, let's go to Des. Sir, we can't see your face for some reason. Maybe you just need to just kind of, move the camera a bit. If
Okay, this is me.
brilliant, sir. You're a pilot.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
All right. Please.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Mayagun and everybody.
Good afternoon, sir.
It's glad to be on your show. So I'm glad to be on your show anyway. I'm gonna make a few comments and I'm gonna end it with a question. I was gonna ask you a question after I make my comment. I know I'm not one of the people that believe Nigeria should destroy or whatever up until this election. I'm not gonna lie, because I always need a reason or something. I'm sort of a guy that wants a genuine reason to think like that. But this election gave me the reason I wanted, which is when Nigeria was formed, 1914 by Frederick Lugard. The parties there was in, I think, Action Group Party by Awolowo, NPC, Northern People's Congress by is it Tafawa Balewa, and the one with Nnamdi Azikiwe. So when all this party contested for election, they all voted in a certain way, which is a tribal way. Everybody voted according to tribe. And Nigeria that was formed to be united, started off in a really bad foot. That was 60, almost 70 years ago. And now, fast forward in 2023, after everything that Nigeria has passed through, we have almost the same kind of election, again, the same pattern. And now, almost everybody voted in a particular way again. So I begin to wonder, how many years have it been and we have not even learned our lesson, and we're still doing the same, making the same mistake and thinking that this country is moving forward. I realize that we are in the Stone Age. There's no forward for Nigeria, to be honest with you. And I'm very disengaged with this election. I'm a very person that I used to be very engaged in this election. I wasted a lot of money, traveled to Nigeria to vote. So I was very engaged. But this showed me that there's no hope for Nigeria, Mayegun, and there's nothing anybody can say about it, whether P2B wins or I don't care. That's just the truth. But I'm gonna end with this question because I don't have much time.
That's true.
Because
Yeah.
I like thinking practical, Mayegun. So Nigeria, according to whatever, I think they're owing about 40 something trillion right about now in debt. So I wanted to give you this question. If the Biafran gets what they want, and the Oduduwas and whoever else that is clamoring for their own country gets what they want, who inherits that debt? Omayegun, just answer this
Well, I
question,
think
please.
that question has been answered when that was raised during the conversation around this independence. Okay, Prof. They said that normally right now they just take all our money from everywhere to service the debts. But when Nigeria gets to a stage that we have to go our separate ways, everybody will be allocated his own share of the debts based on the federal, the federal budget, federal structure or infrastructure in your region. Because what happens is this, you have to keep them. If they build railway for you, airport and all of that, right? You will keep them when you get your new country. So if they don't build any for you, you don't have any reason to pay for what you never had, right? So that's what they said that will actually help to solve that question of who will pay the over 70 trillion naira Nigeria debt. It's actually over 70 trillion, bro, not 40. So in this regard, we in Yoruba land, they will calculate all of the federal structures, any structure built with federal money in Nigeria, okay? They will calculate them. Any of them that actually covers any debt, okay? Then we'll now negotiate the payment back. There is also arguments against that too. You know what the argument is? For those who are saying that they don't owe Nigeria any debt, they don't owe anybody any kobo, and Nigeria owe them money. They said that if resources that have been extracted from them in the past 60 years in the name of Nigeria, if the value of that resources are being put forward today, now the rest of the world, the whole independent countries out of Nigeria, not them owing debts in Nigeria. So the argument is extensive, but we can start from what did they do in your area when Nigeria was together? What did they use federal money, oil money to do in your area? You get what I mean? That will begin the conversation. So, bro, thank you so much. All right.
Thank you, bro.
For joining us. Okay, let me go straight to another parliamentarian here, and that is going to be Idris. How are you, bro?
Yeah, good evening, sir. Am I audible? Okay, sir. Yes. If I don't know if I'm audible, sir. Am I?
Yeah, you are. You are audible. Everybody can hear you. Though the network is dodgy.
Yeah,
the room is not
Nigeria.
lit. We can manage it.
This is Nigeria. We don't have lights. We don't have lights. So I'm actually using the screen of my laptop to for the illumination. Well, Sir Maigun, if IQ was a course in the university, you should be one that teaches it, because the level of your intelligence is mind-blowing. And I'll keep saying that the Lord will continue to bless your knowledge.
Amen.
And I keep telling people that the elite, I mean the politicians, that they've used weaponized poverty and ignorance to manipulate the minds of the people, and they keep objecting mental slavery to us. The hungry masses are no longer interested in the truth. They rather accept the lies in exchange for sentimental and financial gain. But sooner, I think sooner they will find out that they are the ones that are being manipulated. There's something that we talk about, truth. These politicians, they keep the truth away from us. And the truth will liberate the people from mental slavery, which I know, sooner or later. The politicians do not want that to be reviewed. They don't want that to be reviewed. So they rather continue to operate on a society of lies and characteristic assassination. The truth.
That's a character assassination. I mean, assassination. Go on, Baba.
Assassination, yes. So I wonder why, in this Nigeria, that money that it is supposed to be a legal tendency for us to be spending, that we are still using our own money to buy another money. Imagine going to a POS to collect, let's say, 10,000 naira, then I use almost like 3,000 naira to offset the money I want to collect.
The central bank says, the central bank says it's legal now, that everybody should take the money. Like,
Samaego, I'm in Nigeria.
Let me play you a video, right? A woman said the only thing that will make them to collect the old money is if they feel it, they should collect it. Watch this.
Sawari old notes. Ìgbà tí lóòótọ́ ilé ẹjọ́ sọ pé ká mọ̀ gbà. Àti ẹ̀ tí rẹ̀ nìkan kan kò tiẹ̀ mú wá bí ni. Èmi bí ẹnìkan mi tí rẹ̀ nìkan kan kó mú 500 wá tàbí 1,000 wá. N lè gbà ńgbà tí arúgbó ni mí, ń bo mo ti fẹ́ na, mi lè gbà. Ní kúkúrú èdè, in short.
So until
tí Buhari àti Ofemele tí wọ́n bá sọ pé ká mọ̀ gbà á mọ̀ gbà.
You hear that? Mama said, in short, àwọn ò lè gbà. So
That
you are
is
spending
exactly what
money.
is going on. So that is exactly what's going on. If I have the money now, to spend it will be very difficult for me because nobody will collect the money, especially the people, these Yalodjas, because they will not even want to collect the money. So we are still
You also
waiting.
said that because people are not, the people don't have money to buy. Even those who want to sell, because people are not buying, they are also losing because people, like, for example, people who are selling eggs, banana, perishable goods. Is that true?
Is that true?
I
Hello,
think
sir.
you
Okay.
get. Yeah, go on.
I think, yeah.
Okay. Yes. So that aside, so now coming to this, especially the Lagos now that they are talking about tribalism. I think something this morning, is it this morning or yesterday about this morning the Elliot that he went to a church that he was not saying that he's from Igbo extraction, that probably his mom is from Igbo. So I was not like, man, so it has not become like this, that Igbo and Yoruba sentimental this thing. So because I believe that human being comes first. So why should a tribe? Why should tribe has to do with that we should be fighting on? And so I want to understand something. I grew up in knowing this thing. So I want you to please explain to me, sir. In Yoruba, they say that they normally call these Igbos Ajokutama Mumi. And to me, in my own Yoruba knowledge, I understand that this Ajokutama Mumi is some. I don't think, as in Yoruba, is that Tom Jokuta Momi. To me, it's very insultive. So I don't understand why they keep calling these Igbos Ajokutama Mumi, and they keep placing them on the minority.
Let me explain something to you, Idris. We have a problem with that network, okay? So I'm going to excuse you because your time is also up, okay? But for the sake of my viewers, all right? If we take politics out of a lot of things generally, all right? We banter, okay? The Igbos, they call the Yorubas Ofe Manu. And it is actually not an insult. Do you get that now? Ofe Manu is because the Igbos, they don't eat that too much palm oil like us. So for the Yorubas that actually lived in Igbo land, they said, you know us, we cook with a lot of oil. That's who we are. Ofe Manu is simply people that eat lots of oil. Ajokutama Momi is not a derogatory word against Igbos. Yorubas arrived at that word Aje Okuta Mamu Omi in Yoruba land. For some of us who actually grew up with Igbos or people from Eastern Nigeria, we believe that when they eat their eba, it is stronger than our own. Yorubas, when Yoruba make eba, we make our eba softer, sometimes watery. So we watch the Easterners, who are like the Igbos or people from the eastern part of Nigeria. When they eat their eba solid and stronger. Do you get that? So sometimes they jokingly, right? They will say, if I throw this akpu on the wall, it will bounce back. That's a correct akpu that will last longer and it won't digest easily. So this is all saying the people that eat a food that is as strong as stone and they don't even drink, how are they swallowing it? Do you see this too now? We got all this from our relationship of living together, either in Eastern Nigeria or in Western Nigeria. But politically, they will continue to tell you, Igbos don't sell land to Yorubas. These are the people that have never crossed Ore. It's sad, Abi. Let's go to another one. Idris, enjoy your evening, okay? So I am going to go to the ladies in the house. So the three ladies are going to speak. Then the four noblemen who are here will share the remaining slots. So we are going to start with Excel. Excel has finally found a parking space, and he's going to spend the next 20 minutes with us before before he leaves. So then we're going to go to Sir Adebola Adeyemi, sir. In case if anything happened that you dropped off, I'll get you back on if you come back, okay? Also, Keynes casts. Sir, you will hold the last baton. Now, it's going to be from you. We're going to move to other new entrants, parliamentarians, okay? But let's start with the first lady, Sahid Ikwonu. Ma'am, I don't know, I just felt like I should start calling you Ajia. You see this? Because of that, your head cover, I mean, I'm sorry if that comes out wrong in any way, but I just kind of feel like, oh, yeah. Anyway, how are you, ma?
Very well, thank you, Mayugu.
Great. See your face. Anyway, so, yeah, please.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma.
It's a great pleasure to join you on this program.
Thank you, ma.
Well, I mean, I've got my notification on. So once you're on, I'm on with you. It's great work you're doing. I really want to appreciate you.
Thanks.
Because when people go to school, sometimes they don't go through schools, you know. And so at some point, they need a reminder. They need to be re-educated. And so that's the kind of work you are doing, because in the midst of hustling, people forget what they have learned, even forget who they are. So you're supposed to remind each other at some point. This is what is called sermon when I was growing up, not prosperity or whatever it is they're preaching now. The sermon is supposed to remind you, recall you for who you are, you know, so that you don't forget your roots, you don't forget your purpose. So, which brings me to what son of Ubino talked about. He said, how did we get here? We got here because we forgot who we are. We forgot our purpose. Like Obi said, it's God's will, they tell us. Is it God's will that the whole lot of us are so poor? The percentage of people who are poor? Is it God's will that the children who don't go to school and who are so lacking in everything? Is it God's will? When you have the means, after all, God has created us. It is that brain he gave us that people use in making an aeroplane and the likes, you know, cars, that is making life easy for you. So why won't you just do some other things? But because people are so mean, this is what the leaders have done. Again, who are we as a people? We have been given this brain to use for a purpose. You can't just swallow whatever anybody tells you. I mean, you tell me something, but I've also got my own brain to look at it, weigh the options. Does it make sense? Does it not make sense? Compare it also to some other circumstances around you or scenarios and make sense of it. If it doesn't make sense, ask questions. I don't know when we got to a level where we don't ask questions anymore. But like I was discussing with my husband earlier, again, this is who we are. Yoruba people, when I was growing up, if you ask your parents, they tell you something, don't do this, and you ask why, you are in trouble, you know. Because they'll tell you, why are you questioning me?
Like
once they tell you, you just do it without asking questions. And that is why when they tell them anything, they follow.
That's right.
Being like Mumu, you know, they just follow like that. So whatever, like you just described earlier, you know, yeah, Igbo tiwa gbalewa. Okay, Igbo tiwa gbalewa, Igbo tiwa gbalewa, and that's it. No question.
No question
not
asked.
Even with the benefit of an insight, like, are there no benefit to this thing? So it's just that Igbo tiwa gbalewa. You expect me to believe it.
That's it. Don't question it. Or are you Omo Aleni, eh? When you are not Omo Ale, why are you questioning your elders? Did you not grow up in Yoruba land where they told you, don't question your elders if you want to grow old? Come on, man. How far has that helped us? How far?
It has not get us anywhere.
Help us.
So this is why that is how we got to where we are.
That's right.
So anyway.
Thank you so much, Mark. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. I can hear you. Thank you so much for helping people to make informed choices, because the education and reminder, this is what it does. People can then make informed choices. Sadly, illiteracy has taken over way too deep, you know. Right. But then don't give up, okay?
I won't, Ma. And thank you so much for always spending your evening anyway with me.
Thank you.
That's something that a lot of people don't actually know how much I appreciate that, okay? Because, I mean, it's like keeping faith. And then I see your faces as well, kind of give me that reassurance that indeed, I'm doing something. Right. I appreciate you, Ma. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
All right. All right. So now, Ken, you disappeared on me earlier, but you know something, right? I am going to ask you to please indulge me a little bit more. I've got ladies who are they look like they have so much burning inside they want to let out. So yeah, I'll go back to the Chinyere, ma'am. That will be you, please.
Thank you so much, Mayugo, for this platform. I'm actually excited to be here, and I ran into your series like 1 week ago, and it was, what did Igbos do to you? That caught my attention. But before I continue, on a lighter mood, I don't know, I think it was Des that said something about how do we distribute the debt. Hopefully, we the Igbos don't get any. We don't get to pay anything.
You know, you don't have to worry about much.
Yes.
God, like
yes, because
the table, if that should be the conditions,
exactly.
Then you have less to worry about. Yeah.
Exactly. So hopefully we don't get anything. And then the Ajokutamamu meeting, it could be termed derogatory on one aspect, on another aspect is not. The way I understand it is not the way you explained it. Ajokutamamu to me is that we can be so wealthy, Igbo people, we can have a lot of money, but maybe we don't spend it like you Yorubas, you
like
life. Yes, you like to enjoy life and spend your money. We don't do that. So that we hold our money tightly, and that means that we eat stone and we don't drink water. That's literally what it means.
That's you know something, right? All my life, throughout my childhood, right, it was actually all about food.
See.
I mean, I'm not saying that this interpretation and all of that stuff could mean so many things. Depends on who is saying it. You know what I mean, right?
Exactly.
But I can tell you this, that a lot of Yorubas will actually confirm this to you. To say it actually has nothing to do with, but again, I'm hearing that for the first time. It's quite, you know, that's derogatory. Yeah, that's derogatory.
Yeah, it's derogatory, but it could be true sometimes.
I was never taught that.
So, well, and then what he said, before this election, I would say I'm pan-Nigerian. I would have liked us to be together. I'm against some of the things they're doing in the East. That's not the way to even fight for Biafra. But with this election, I just tuned off completely. So to me, as an Igbo woman, it's like nobody likes us, and they don't want us to smell power, and which is not right. If we're in the same country, I think we should all have a shot at the presidency. So I think that I now see myself as a slave in Nigeria, and it's kind of very, very painful.
I actually have a name for what they are doing. Severally on this platform, I explained this to so many other people who are non-Igbos. I'm not going to limit it to my Yoruba people, right? I'm talking about even non-Igbos. I said, after what they call the civil war, which I call the state-sponsored genocide, right? What happened after that was a Cold War, which then made the Igbos, the people that are the system, they are being profiled by the system. So if you are an Igbo person, you raise the bar of suspicion, even among Nigerians, for no reason, just for no reason, for just being Igbo.
Yes.
Many will admit to this, that if that is the real feelings, and if anybody disagrees, wait for their elections. And here is the election now. It's all coming out. Now, people are not, they can't hide it anymore.
Yes.
You know what I mean now? So yeah, it's obvious. There is a systemic profiling of Igbos in Nigeria.
And I thank you before I forget. That's actually why I like your program. For you to come out, you're speaking up, you're speaking the truth. If we can have 20 people, 20 Yorubas that have this kind of forum that speak up like you, I think the country will be a better place. Thank you so much for standing up for us, because we did not do anything to anybody. We're just hardworking people that have our own issues like every other tribe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's actually why I love you. I love your program. That if you're not married, I would have given you my sister. Because
there, our lady, right? I appreciate that you actually see me that way, to say thank you to me. I appreciate that a lot, right? But you won't thank me if you actually understand why I'm doing it. You know something? I was reading something about how history of dictators deal with people using religion, race, tribe, anything, any excuse. They just need to say this is wrong. Anybody identify as this, kill them. So there was this saying then that when they came for the socialists, I didn't talk because I'm not a socialist. So they took the socialist. They came for the communist. I didn't say anything because I'm actually not a communist. So I didn't say anything. Then they came for the Catholic. Well, I'm not a Catholic. So they took the Catholic. Then eventually, they came for me. Guess what? There was nobody left to actually speak for me. So when they started the propaganda of Biafra, I knew what I would do on my people, knowing our history and this dirty old stuff, right, in Nigeria. So I took it upon myself to demystify some of the lies, because I knew what prompted the Biafrans to say they are done with Nigeria. Marginalization, injustice, and all that stuff, right? Every part of Nigeria should be demanding for that, if all of us are being serious. Now, when they use any name, anything, to tag the Biafrans, to kill them, when they are done with them, any other person who tries something like that, they will just have a name to tag them and kill them too. And I knew it was going to be the Yorubas next.
Thank you. And finally, people are so brainwashed because of their shenanigans. And Obi, though he's Igbo, he represents what the youths want. He is the best candidate for Nigeria. I'm not saying it because I'm Igbo, but I think majority of people that voted, including Yorubas and Hausas, know that he is the Messiah, so to speak, in quotes, that we are looking up to. It's not a tribal thing, and people should not see that as a tribal thing. And if we're that bad, why are we intermarrying? My younger brother is married to a Yoruba lady. It just baffles me the way people think, and people are branding this and making it. It's just terrible. But thank you. The society is hopeless, and it's so much pain that it's a handful of Nigerians holding all of us on our jugular. Just a handful, and we just helpless. But we're hoping that God helps us. And thank you. You will never lack, and you will keep speaking, and everything will be well for you. Thank you. God bless you.
And you too. Thanks so much for spending your evening with us. Just like all. So I have lost Lady Becky. What happened? Are you there? Oh yeah, found you. Brilliant, ma'am. So you can unmute. It's your turn. Please go on.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, ma'am.
Please, you all have to bear with me for my English. I'm not so learned.
Talk to us, and you know how you take comfortable, right? Speaker, as long as you don't say we can follow. So please, fire, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Mayoga. I know you said we should not accolade you, but we can't do without, because you are just the best. Like, I watch you, I watch other platform. So I really thank you for that.
Thank you.
Firstly, I want to say about what our sister just said. Like, if there are, it's just an addition. If there are temp like you in Yorubas, I don't think it's only Yorubas that need this. I think it's everybody, such as Igbo as well, because there are some Igbo like they don't want, now they marry to other, but they don't want to hear anything about Yoruba. Mostly after this election, what is happening? They thought it's tribalism, the way the politicians are making it. But if we are sensible enough, I think just look at the people, the politicians, those occultist politicians, those mafias, because they have become mafias over the years, terrorizing people. The highest killer in Nigeria are politicians. So I think we need more of Mayegun in different tribes.
Yeah.
In Nigeria.
So, my lady, they want you to keep the phone in a place so that it can pick your voice. It's like your voice is going back and forth as your hand is shaking. You get what I mean? Or maybe you can increase the volume on your hands free. I don't know what happened. Do you want to try that? Yeah, please.
Are you hearing me now?
No, we are hearing you. It's just that it is like so.
Okay.
Hey, will I say it's clear? One.
Okay, that's it. That's just to contribute to what my sister just said before.
Thank you very
much. There is a point I want to bring out here.
Please.
I don't know if people I've seen the video of Untouchable comedy that they did with the LOP, our star.
Oh, LUP 74. LUP, yeah.
Yes. They made a video about. They made a prank comedy on him. When I watched that video, I watched it, and I don't know if people have watched it. I will send it to your WhatsApp if you can show it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they made a video there. They prank the boy, putting gun on him. Like they all wear mask, the one that Robbie used to wear.
Mm-hmm.
So they were pointing him gun, like he should denounce LP. He said no. He was cleaning down, crying. Like, no, I won't denounce. They said he was singing it. They were just harassing him, like 20 gun on him. So later, he said, why did you want to do I will shoot you now. He said, if you want to shoot me, just shoot me. That is our only hope. Just shoot me. It's a comedy. The people are laughing about it. But when I watch it and watch it and watch it again, I said, that is the status of Nigeria today. All Nigeria, that is what we are all saying. We are all crying. We are all. They are pointing gun at us by stealing our mandate. They stole the hope of many Nigerians, like Dr. DK said in his poem. They stole the hope of all Nigerians. So after stealing the hope, what's remain? Is it for them just to kill us? So or you give us our hope back, or you kill us. That is what I say in that little comedy when I watch it. I say, wow, this is Nigeria. These people just make a comedy of Nigeria, our status now. So
thank you so much, Lady Becky. The point is well delivered, and then it's actually the mood of that we are actually seeing from here too. Like, if somebody win election, people are supposed to, the mood supposed to change in preparation for the new government coming in. People are supposed to be talking about possible people that will be minister, that will be this, the ideas that will come first. But today it's like everybody is just like money, in money mood. But all the best. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, let me go, and then our time is quick rounding up, so to say. So now that we are back to the man, and then a queen that's Queen B, right there. However, let's go back to how the slot was initially shared. Okay, so I think I expect Excel to be here. But let me see. Okay, I found him. He's here. Oh, great. Sir, you are supposed to go next. And then after yourself, it would have been Sir Adebola. Then, shared it around. So I'll let you go now. Then after yourself, I would let Princess as a lady. Guys, sorry. Sir Adebola, sir, I am passing it on again, but I would say you go after her. So let's manage the time quickly. Excel, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Mr. Mayegun, thank you for the good work.
Thank you, sir.
Then before I proceed, let me say I did not support one Nigeria. So I support the country to be divided. Igbo should go their way, Yoruba should go in their own way, and Hausa also should go in their own way. But I would like to contribute like one or two things to what we are discussing now. Number one, Nigeria cannot get better. That's just the truth. It can't get better. Because the issue of godfatherism it can't get better. And with the look of things, Labour, PDP, AC, all these things, godfatherism is there. Like in Lagos now, okay, we want to remove APC, we want LP or PDP to take over. This LP we are talking about, they are still doing godfatherism. Like I listened to interview of Jando. In that interview, Jando is saying, okay, GRV suppose GRV, they brought GRV to him that they want GRV to be his deputy. And he said, no, that one cannot happen. That he leave APC to PDP because of godfatherism. And now you brought GRV again to come and be my deputy. No, I can't take it. Everybody should go and take a form before they now told GRV to go to Labour. You see what you are saying? So Nigeria cannot get better. It can't get better. Then the issue of all these Agbero transportation in Lagos State, I will not blame the transporter or the Agberos. I will not blame them.
Right.
I will blame the government. Because if the government want to stop all these Agbero for what they are doing, they can stop them easily.
Of course.
They can tell them not to extort anybody. So that is the reason I will blame the government. Then
and that is very right, because people believe that it's the government that is enabling them anyway. It's not because they are over, and they believe that as well, that it's because in the other hand they are also helping the politicians to keep government. So it's like rob my back, I rob your back. Like you said, it's never going to end. But continue, sir.
So I will just drop these two advice, then I will leave the space for other people to contribute their own quota.
Please.
You used to say something. Injustice to one is injustice to others.
That's right.
LP, we are now shouting, we want our mandate, we want this. What about Nnamdi Kanu? What happened to him?
And his own judgment too.
And his own judgment. What happened to Nnamdi Kanu and his own judgment? What happened to Sowore and his own judgment too? So, and lastly, I will just advise
Igbo that did nothing, committed no kill anybody.
Yes. What happened to Igbo and his own judgment? So that's the reason I started that Nigeria cannot get better. And lastly, I will just advise the LP and the PDP, if they know that they want to defeat APC, they should go in an alliance.
Right.
They should work together. This is not a matter of you have done this for me, I want to go. I too, I want change of government in Lagos so we can know what is really happening there. Thank you.
God bless you. Excel. That's a brilliant. I actually love your own perspective or where you pick it from. That's one brilliant thing about the People's Parliament. You just don't know who is going to join and you don't know what they want to say. Thank you. for adding to the whole thing. Stay safe, sir. So now let's quickly. Nobody lost chase saluta to your long. Okay. Now we'll come back. What happened to your agbada now, Abi? What did you do? I'll come back to you, citizen. Okay. Now let's go back to now. This is what we're gonna do. Our time is just about 40 minutes to go. Okay. Now all of us here, we have to make use of it. I know there's no way we're not going to overshot. I just don't want to overshot. So let's manage it, okay? Sir and ma'am, we'll let the lady go first, out of respect, okay? Then I will ask Sir Adebola. Sir, you go next after Princess. Then we can then go to Ken's casts. Normally, Ken would have been next, but I kind of gonna reserve some these goodies I'm seeing on the screen. So here, Kens will go after you. Then we're gonna come to Kenneth. After Kenneth, we're gonna go to Naxi. Sir, it's gonna be you. Then Adiola, it will be us next. Then UK. I'll just keep it at that. So depends on how I remember. Okay, let's go to Princess without wasting much time. Omoba, how are you?
I'm fine. Mayegun, good evening, everyone.
Good evening to you, ma. Please.
We have a lot of issues at hand, you know.
That's right.
From the foreigners, you know, to Nigerians, to the government, to the people themselves. You know, we have so much going on at once. Like I've always said, majority of the rich countries that we see, that we talk about, oh, America is the world power, UK is the so clinical. No, these countries are actually not rich. You know, they are actually not there. And I'm always saying it, I've said it here severally, that why should 1 unit of their money be 900 units of mine? Why should I get money from IMF? Why is IMF giving me back my money? You know, giving it back to me as a loan. Somebody was saying government should stop Agberu. Agberu won't be my which Agberu?
Each of them.
That industry makes 87 billion. That's the 87 billion naira yearly industry. Government make money from Agberu. Government gongo Agberu.
Yeah.
Except if we are not saying these things the way they should be said. If you are calling a true born Lagosian Igbo and telling us somebody is coming to take over, we want him to take over. Let Badibo take over.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't believe in one Nigeria. But I will always support everything that will break the system.
The status quo.
Everything. Be it NSAS, be it obedience, be it Yoruba Nation, be it Sunday Igbo. If it is going to break that system, I am behind you. I'm standing behind you. Because this is not what we signed for. You're taking history away from schools. Because
does it make any sense, ma? Yeah. For somebody to want one Nigeria, right? But in that one Nigeria, they want Igbo to be part of that one Nigeria, yeah? But they want to tell them where they have a limitation and what they can aspire to be in that same one Nigeria.
Igbos are actually been marginalized since day one. You know, they said there was a civil war. I don't call that civil war. I call it a genocide. They were killed. You know, so when you tell people they can be in a system, the system itself was created to fail. I love obedience. I love the movement. I love what they are doing. I love the fact that they could stand up and, face the system. But that system has been built to fail. Mayegun people will thank Buhari in another 6 months. People will, yes, they were thanking Jonathan when Buhari came. Have you forgotten?
I remember.
People were saying, oh, Jonathan's time was better. Then later they said, Yar'Adua's time was better. The latter will always be better. The system has been built to fail. The system is going to collapse by itself.
On itself, too.
Because it has been built to fail. It will continue like that. It will continue to get worse. Obi will not do any miracle. No. He's not going to do any, is it not the constitution he will work with?
The same one.
Is it not that same constitution that doesn't owe your children education? Why you
go with the disruption? Let the system be disrupted. Either the political system, the entire
it will die a natural death, Mayegun. We might not even need any efforts to do it because that system was created to fail. The system has been created to fail. It will die a natural death by itself. It will continue to get worse. And it will get to a state that the center will not be able to hold anymore. See, how many are Nigerian police? About 300,000?
That's right.
And we have over 120,000 of them with politicians carrying their wives' bags and making amala in their house. And they tell you, oh, this corporal can make amala very well. Corporal, which Nigerian,
I know.
Uniform, black on black. He's cooking there. So if anything should happen sporadically, Kano, Lagos, Calabar, Mayegun, you will know that these people are just full of shit. They can't do anything. So the triangular stuff that I've described here, the 1% up, the 3% below that are the military and the police, enforcing the order of the 1% on all of us. Mayegun, we have another 1% under police. They are your pastors and your clergymen, your imam. They come and feed you lies. They tell you to pray about a system that is not working. They tell you to pray when you're sick, but they travel abroad. Right. They sell stickers to you, to guide you, to watch over you. And they have guards with guns with them. They are part of the system. Pastors, religion has been weaponized. Then we have the 5% of us, Mayegun. Majority of us that are awake, we are there. We are trying to wake other people up. That's the 10% of people. Now, from the 90% of people that are sleeping, Mayegun, we have been able to wake another 5%. You see those 5% we woke up, there is level to wokeness.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? There is level to wokeness. You see those 5%? They are really disturbing everybody. So the 85% are still sleeping, and they used to continue like that. Who makes our syllabus, Mayegun? The government.
Yes.
The government, they took history out of it. A child in Germany is learning about mining in school. Where is he coming to mine? Use that. It's coming to mine here. ABCs and when some people don't speak English correctly, you see some idiots coming online to castigate them. Hey girl, Oyibo, you are all mad. Oyibo cannot speak Yoruba. They tried to bury us by stealing our identity, and we evolved. That's what we did. There is no child you will teach anything in his language that we don't understand. If you teach a child medicine in Yoruba, they will know it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So let me allow other people talk, because I can go on and on and on and on and on. You know, Baba. So thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for
Viola,
stopping by
hello.
too. I appreciate that too. Nice one. So let's go to the Sir Adebola Adeyemi, without wasting much time, please. How are you, sir?
Thank you very much. I used to call you prophet because everything you have said have come to pass. When the election wanted to start, when they were saying, go get your PVC and this, I believe that, okay, this time the election is going to be, you know, something different from what we've been having in the past,
to do,
you know. But as I continue watching your program, everything you've been saying, everything came to pass.
That's right.
You said something that believe them at your own risk. You know, so don't be disappointed when, you know, they start showing themselves. You understand? I can't really quote you the way you said
Like
it. But,
manage expectation. I'm not
yeah,
against you believing what they are doing, but please manage your expectation so that when
thank you.
it comes back, you'll be able to minimize your disappointment. You are following me, sir. That's right.
So when everything turned out the way it turned out, I said, okay, at least Mayegun told me. You understand? So I felt bad, but I didn't really feel so bad because I was, you know, you had prepared my mind. You understand? So thank you for that good job because everything is still playing out. It is the time of the court and the lawyer to cash out now. So they are cashing out. And then secondly, Princess and the other man that spoke, they already spoke my mind. They already spoke, they got me, you know, everything I wanted to say, Princess just hit everything on the head. I'm not a believer in one Nigeria too. And I still don't get it. The way this Nigeria is structured, that referendum have to be criminalized. You know, if it's a true federalism, people should be able to, decide whether they want to stay or not by votes, you know. So since it's been criminalized, Nigeria can never move forward with the same constitution that we have, even if Obi wins, you understand? So everything that Princess said was, you know, in line of my own thoughts too. So, and then lastly, I'm not going to take much time because there's other people that would like to talk.
See your time.
I always like your program and the way you form all those acronyms, you know, the Mumu Madus, the Bele lecturers, you know, all those names and how you abuse those people. Please keep on abusing those people that do not want to learn, that do not want to see reason. You understand? So thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you and I'm so happy to see your face. One privilege I enjoy is it's so precious to me. Some of you may not know. It's the fact that a lot of you have been like ardent followers of Mayegun's Diary Political. When you come on and I get to see your faces, it tells me something. It means that my viewers are real people who actually want to know something and they probably want to do something too after they know. So it means so much to me. So thank you for coming on, sir. You should have a good one, okay?
Yes, bye. Thank you.
Bless you. Yeah. So now let's go back to Ken. Ken's casts. Not you, Kenneth. I'm coming to you, sir, soon. I'm reserving the, it's like reserving the best for the last. So I'm not going to rush. Ken's, Baba, how are you?
Baba Twali, great to hail.
It's been a while. Initially, I actually thought you were like in your hotel room and you just
I'm in my house.
I realized that I know you are actually in the house. So great.
Yeah.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. I've been following you for 5 years now.
Brilliant. So even though virtually.
5, yeah, 5. I've been following you for a very long time.
Thanks.
Even when the COVID hit and before the election before this one,
2019.
You know,
18.
Yeah, you said it. Yeah, 2019. You know, you played it out. The way you played it out was how it happened, and this one again is just like spot on. I'm a big believer of Nigeria, and I'll give you my reasons.
Yeah, sure.
Before the election, so lots of my generation have lived in Lagos for years. My dad before, my grandfather before my dad, my mom's dad grew up in Ibadan. She gave birth. They gave birth to my mom's sibling in Ibadan. 10 of them. So I have a generation of lots of generation in Ibadan and in Lagos. We still have a family home in Ibadan right now, and it's not on rent. We gave it to one of the ladies that looked after my grandfather before he passed. So they're living there, looking after the place. They're not paying any rent, because that's I don't know how much rent we're gonna get from there. And so growing up in a family like that, where pretty much all my life, everything I know it's in the West. And then being that I'm from Anambra, my mom and dad are from Anambra. I'm an Igbo. I don't look Igbo, but I'm an Igbo.
Yeah.
I'm a full-blooded Igbo man.
Brilliant.
All my friends from primary school to uni, even until now. I've been in Australia for 9 years now. All my friends are all Yorubas. The ones that I say heart-to-heart stuff or share heart-to-heart stuff with are Yorubas.
You do things to your G's. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like my inner kakos are Yorubas. And so when people tell me about splitting Nigeria, it just feels like the people who were in Germany when the wall of Berlin was built, and people on this side couldn't go on this side, and people on this side couldn't go on this side. That's how it feels. I've always hoped that one day things will get better, and I will leave here and go home, because here in my papa house, my umbilical cord is in Nigeria. It's not here. I can easily flip the switch and decide not to think about Nigeria, because I've been here long enough I'm established here. I can easily forget about Nigeria and just stay here, but I've got kids that are coming up. The racism in the Western world is getting bigger, and it's getting bigger and getting worse every day. So I don't want my kids to grow up in that environment. And then you're looking at Nigeria with the way things are going in Nigeria, you just wonder, there's no place for us to go. And with this election that's happening in Nigeria now, in Australia, they're laughing at us really bad because it was televised on the TV. Usually they don't care about anything that happens in Africa. But this election was big for them. There was this boy in ANU.
What happened to you? Right?
Sorry?
Like they are like wondering, like, what happened to you? What happened in Nigeria?
Exactly. They were like, are you guys okay? How would you know fully well that this person is out of place, is a former drug lord, and you vote him in? The Buhari one was worse, and now this one, it's like we get to hide our face in the sand, and with them looking at us like we're not intelligent enough, we're not intellectuals, but they know fully well that we are more, in terms of our frequency and our reasoning and our behavior, we're way better than these guys. They know, but they're looking for excuses to make us look bad, to make us feel bad. Like, if you're that smart, why would you put someone, a drug dealer, as your president?
Yeah.
So we're the ones we're taking the short end of the stick here.
Yeah.
Seriously, those in Nigeria wouldn't know what we overseas are going through, because the laughter, the mockery, even from African countries, other African countries that are in Australia, they look at it like, nah, man, with all your swag and all your brilliance and all your whatever, still look at you guys you are sitting on in the gutters. Why would you elect someone like this? So it's really painful, because me, I'm more like this ones that saying Yoruba and Igbo. I'm laughing at them because I'm more Yoruba than most Yorubas in Lagos.
God bless you.
I'm more Yoruba than most people that call themselves Yoruba in Lagos, because I can draw the map of Lagos.
Ken, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you? Brilliant. So all the time you lived in Yoruba land from 3 generations, okay? I don't think, this this public space, I don't think you've ever come across where, or any part of Yoruba land, that Igbos killed people to take over. Like, did you?
No, it's never happened. It's never happened.
Any part of
It's
Yoruba?
never happened. No. It's never happened. It's funny when people believe those bullshit. It doesn't make sense. It's funny because my dad was the union chairman of Idumota for 16 years. I know Abanikoro personally, even before he came to Landlocked and started doing all this work, I knew him personally. So I know a lot of these guys. So when I see them now bouncing off the wall and saying all kinds of rubbish, I just laugh because I knew that these guys are coming from the gutters. They had nothing. They were coming from nothing. Some of them, the only thing they had was to their name were the properties their mom or their dad owned in Obanikoro there or somewhere in Ikeja. That's all they had. So they're holding tight to Lagos because that's all they know. They feel like if someone else,
it's like taking away Yoruba land. That's what they are framing it as.
It's rubbish. It's rubbish. It's only a fool. It's only a dummy. Person will not get brain. Now they believe that kind of rubbish now. A person will not get. It doesn't make sense. Think about it.
Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. It's really painful when they make all these statements. It doesn't make sense. I have cousins that are married to Yorubas. Lots of them. Some of my nephews and nieces are half Yoruba, half Igbo. So if they come tomorrow to say, "Oh, you're not Yoruba enough," or "You're not Igbo enough," so what do you want them to do?
We'll cut them into half. You take half to the east. We keep half.
Exactly. So they don't belong anywhere. That's what you're saying. They don't belong anywhere.
And it's a shame. Anyway, if people can be that,
it's a big shame because the people that are carrying this shit around are the older generations who are meant to know better. But because, like our sister said earlier, they don't ask questions. They just want things to remain the way they are. Because people from my tribe who that are saying the shit they're saying, I blame them a lot, and I don't blame them too much because the war had so many impacts on them. When my father sits down and tells you about the dreams, about how bad the war was. When you talk about war, you see it scares the shit out of them. They don't want to see it anymore. They don't want to see it anymore. So they tend to let's just keep quiet, let's just allow it to go the way it is. But believe me, if they don't bow to this generation, the next generation to come will be more nuclear.
Tell them. See, Kens, thank you so much. Okay, talking about managing the time, we have about 20 minutes to go. I don't know how I'm going to work it around these great men who are on my screen, but I'll try. It's been such a pleasure, right? That you are joining this. So I appreciate you. Now let's share this so that we can have all balanced. Okay. I remember sharing it earlier, and I kept a UK and all that, right? So what we're going to do is this. I am going to start with yourself, sir, Naxi. Okay, you're going to go first.
Thank you so much, Maegu. Trust me, I'm one of those fans that are behind the scene. We're listening every day. And I'm going to be very brief. My break is off. I work in the hospital. I'm a nursing staff, but I'll just want to let you know one thing.
Yes, sir.
I'm an Igbo man. I'm born in Lagos. I have school in Lagos. Every of my school was in the West. I'm married to an Ijebu woman.
Wow.
And I keep wondering how people play this bigot role that they are playing so well. Even this morning, with everything you've said, some of them came to Arise TV this morning. I was still playing this bigot card. Oh, they caught us unaware. We are ready. We will show them. We will do this. It's the Igbos that are taking over this. They vote in block. Mayegu, God bless you. They forgot. You know one thing? They don't listen. They are so dumb.
And they haven't learned as well. They haven't.
If they listen to you,
the Igbos population of non-Yorubas in Lagos is just about 17%.
If they listen to you, you have said it or they don't listen. This one that they are going to church, doing usher, doing mall, licking ice cream, they don't listen. I wish they listen to you. Their problem are not the Igbos, it's the Yoruba.
Tell them.
Mayegu, yesterday you opened my eye to some things I overlook. Some of these guys that they demolished their houses, took their lands, they are the people paying them back right now.
Tell them.
And it's still going to happen on Saturday.
You see,
and they are still calling Igbos.
Yeah, like you said, they are planning to punish Igbos in Akere. Now they have burned the whole place down. They didn't consider the real owners of the land, who are mostly Yorubas. They also
collecting rent,
feeding on them for years. They didn't consider them. Now they are taking their land because they don't want Igbos there. Tell me how people are actually going to go to
I'm
bed and
telling
sleep.
you, Maegu, they don't. I wish those bigots that are listening to you on this program go back to tell them. You know, I had one narrative one. They said the worst people to argue with are the fools. Maegu, you can have 10 people that is well read, but if you have 20 fools, you can't win.
They cancel the number. You know,
Because
another one.
they will,
Do you know another one that are fancy, sir? Is you know, be very, very careful. In fact, be very scared of foolish people in large numbers. Because in a democracy, they can elect a president.
that is what is happening. These people are holding on to the system because of, and you know, there's this painful one. I have friends that are collecting contracts from the government. They are the ones supporting the government because they are eating from the government. Then the crazy ones that don't know that they're eating from the government are supporting them. We have to hold on to Lagos. So I will do again. You have to do this. My brother, I keep telling them, the people you don't see that are fighting you are the more dangerous people that you should be begging.
And if you have learned, you will be singing like you will be singing like the last man. You'll be begging everybody everywhere.
I'm telling you,
be serious. You're right.
Have they forgotten? Okay, you last month, guys, do you know how many atrocities you have committed in Lagos? Lasema, all those people, all those la that you talk about that they bring, they have committed so much atrocities. You are holding on to Lagos. Okay, one of them came this morning. I was talking to GRV on one of the blogs, and he was talking about how they do blue rail, yellow rail, green rail, and the guy told them that this rail you are talking about started with another person entirely. Jack Conde started some of them. And you people have done that project 50 times over what is supposed to cost of that budget.
And yet you see,
you are still holding on.
40% completed. Even though you brought
we can't continue.
You display them, it's not even like it's completed.
No.
How length can people be? And you are still using that to say, where we are, you see what we have done, Blu-ray. Come on.
I want to say thank you, Maegu. Trust me, if only they can allow this man that is licking ice cream in the mall, going to Sele, going to Chorus, to listen to your program, he will be spared. But unfortunately, they shield him, they go back and lie to him, they are telling him they are ready, but they don't even know what's going to hit them on Saturday.
No, they don't.
Because you've been telling them to be scared of this Gen Z, and they think they are just easy, they can override them anyhow. I'm going to make sure. Thank you, Maegu. Thank you so much. I am still your fan. I'm always behind the scene. I keep liking every day. I just wanted to come in and, corroborate what you have been telling them all this while. Peace out. My name is Kenneth too. It's just my son that put my Nazi there, but my name is Kenneth.
But it's all right. It's brilliant, right? You spent your break with us.
Thank you so much.
And it's a pleasure meeting you, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you very
God
much.
bless you. Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of the shift. Okay, all the best. So, let's go to Kenneth. After Kenneth, I am going to go to Adeola, my brother. Then after Adeola, my dear brother, UK, you will go after that. Then it will just be me and nobody. The citizen this time around is somebody. So it's going to be me and him wrapping up tonight. Sir, no rush. I just gave you your tally there. You're going to go after Adeola, sir. But Ken, how are you? You need to unmute. Okay, I've done this. I've done that for you, sir. Please.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm fine. And you?
I am very well. It's good to see your face again.
It's good to see you guys again. Adeola, yeah, I think I saw we met the last time we were on the People's Parliament. Nice to see you again. And everybody too. Yes. Let me go quickly. Maegu, like you said, really it's a shit show. What we watched on February 25th. It was a complete shit show. And if you also recall, during my last call with you, we said the shit show is going to continue with the series level. We saw what happened, and then it was just a complete. It was like watching a horror movie. It's a nightmare.
Unbelievable. So many of the obedient still don't believe, but they are very much confident that the return certificate given to Kolu will be returned back to them. A very strong.
I wish them luck on that pipe dream, because like what Princess said, and a lot of people said, the system is designed not to work for the Nigerian state. It's designed to work against them. I don't know how many times we have to repeat this. We have to keep singing this anthem. It is designed, this Frankenstein, this monster called the 1999 Constitution, it's a complete joke, plain and simple. Even if Obi had won, according to the way they quote it, and he wants, yes, he will still be going through this complete shenanigan of this 1999 Constitution. It is just it's just that Frankenstein, that monster is there. It's not.
You remember, Ken, you remember when we said that it is so important that the obedient, they pass through this experiment and experience. In fact, it will help them to understand the system better, possibly figure out how to fight back. Now, that experience has passed. We are now following it up now with all this latest development. Do you believe that theory we said then, when we're talking about the obedience and every other, we said they needed that experience. They needed this experience. So that, do you think that theory is actually playing out right now?
Of course it is. You can see it plain and simple. It is playing out. Let me quick, because I want to give other people a chance to.
Please.
Let's go to INEC, for example. You heard this buffoon, this joker called himself INEC chairman, saying, I assured you, like, are you freaking kidding me? Does he even know the word I assured you? Does he know what it means? Does he even know what he's saying? The guy is like as if I'm in a theater and I'm watching a movie and I'm looking at the villain coming towards me to come and kill me. I better just shoot the villain before it gets to me. That was what I just listened to. I assured you. He kept on using that word. I don't know if all of us in the parliament and we've watched
use the word assured. I mean, it's not my thing, because I don't even give assurance to anybody. I don't use the word. It's actually a very fancy word, though. Assure. They use it all the time. I don't use that. I don't use assure. I assure you. I can assure you. I assure. No, I don't.
It's right. It's like we just watch you lie after lie and continue to lie. We all know you can't sustain the lie, because at some point you keep lying. Your lie will be, as you are saying it, people are like, oh yeah, really, yeah. Keep it coming. That's exactly what he kept on doing. And then he look at what he's doing with P2B, the Labour Party, and the article with the court decision saying release this and that. He knew that they had 21 days window. 10 days is already gone. He's still playing cat and seat. That's what is going on. And at the end of the day, what is going to happen? It is the way the system, again, I'm coming back to it again. The system has been designed to work against, not for. That is that one. Last, so that I can go. I allowed us to. Nigerian election. Whew, my goodness. So, I was in the office at my own job. So I got a lot of white guys there, and they really came to the Nigerian election. So they watched. There's this video section where the talk was with at the poll saying, if you're not voting for this person, Tinubu, don't come here and come and vote this and that. So they were like, who is that? I was like, no one. Don't worry. That you won't understand. So what am I saying here?
Election, no, we are doing elections. So no. How can you say that's an election? You won't understand what I told you. So don't worry. Again, like I can imagine that scenario, because they're like, what? I told you, don't worry. You won't understand. That's our election. We are doing election. Why are they shooting people? I said you won't understand. We are doing election.
Even when the interview that was done was interviewed, that police officer asking him why a child was voting in the north, and he said, "How do you distinguish a Chinese and that?" You know, I have this friend of mine. His name is Patrick. He's a white guy. He said, "What? Can you replay that?" And I replayed it again. He listened. He said, "Did he just say that?" I said, "Yes, you heard me correctly. He just said that." He said that.
I mean, the policeman said, "No, that's how they're born. That's how he's born. He didn't develop properly." A child. He didn't develop properly with voter's card. Okay. It's Nigeria.
I don't want to waste people's time there. I think I can go.
Please.
Long story short is this. Nigeria is a ticking time bomb.
It's a ticking time bomb.
Whether we like it or not, Yoruba nation will kick in. Biafra will kick in. Me, I'm sorry, I love my parliamentarian place, but the truth be told, I don't know, how clearer can it get for us to accept the fact that what we have in Nigeria is not visible. The Nigerian state called Nigeria is not visible. A situation whereby somebody who was born in Lagos and simply because his mother is Igbo and is married to an Igbo woman, he is an outcast. He becomes an outcast. Well, you know, my Igbo, for example, you remember I told you in this parliament that I was born in Lagos, in Lut, to be precise. I grew up in Mushi. I went to primary school, secondary school, right there. The only time I left Lagos for higher education was when I went into my university. You right? And then before I started serving in the military. All right. Technically, if you are talking about Lagosian, this is it. I'm here. It's me.
We all know who are the Lagosians.
Exactly.
It's politics now that they are now trying to tell us that I should run away from you, Kenneth, because you are coming to take our land. So if I see you, I am being told to run from you because somebody want to lose their political posts. So I have to run from you to save. Come on. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah. And let me let you go. Let me let you
go. Ken, you've been wonderful as always. Okay, it's a pleasure having you back. Okay, thank you so much. Now let's go to Adeola. Adeola, bruv. It's been a while. It's always been a busy time for all of us. When you take time out to join us like this, I appreciate every minute everybody spends here. Okay, we cannot give excuses why we can't. But here you are. So I appreciate you, Baba.
Yeah,
how are you?
Baba, we've spoken quite a lot extensively. I think a lot of people have spoken quite a lot. So
probably spoken your mind. Okay. So just the time and just probably just add an extra.
Yeah. I think the signs are on. If we keep on deceiving ourselves, is less productive. Saying that that Nigeria as a country is a redundant question. Is actually redundant. You can't call that a country. It's a charade. The election is exactly what we thought it would be like, and exactly if Obi had won, right, Maigun, then maybe Nigeria was meant to stay. If you see what I mean. If Obi had won, then yeah, maybe we are wrong after all. But because Obi did not win.
That is why some people are offended, Deola, that they actually believed.
They believed.
They believed that INEC was going to do the right thing. Some even believe that Buhari was going to the election because and then they believe every word.
Chairman.
And I said, there's nothing bad in believing, but manager.
The machinery that brought this man into position, Buhari, they've laid the foundation way before this election. A lot of people don't understand that they've done their homework, they've done everything. So bringing Buhari into power, they had already cemented how they will go about it.
Yeah, now the whole region,
it's not by Nigeria Limited. It's done by see. If Nigeria was to be prosperous, there are so many indicators you will find. Even if we have different tongues and different tribes and all kinds of people there, we will find that there will be productivity, because Princess mentioned something about one currency unit versus 500 units of mine. The underlying factor of that is productivity. If you're extremely productive in your country, your currency would command value.
That's right.
So if you see, Baba, you have to have a certain number of engineers per 1,000 people. It's an indicator of prosperity, upward mobility, and that's how things are. So engineers are problem solvers. So if you don't have a certain number of engineers that are gainfully employed, solving all kinds of problems, then you can't be prosperous. So if the rail line in Lagos is taking way more than 14 years to do, it's because you don't have welders. You don't have machinists. An American welder out 2 years out of welding school, to about $60,000 per year. Nowhere now. Baba, you meant $60K per year. You meant I think command 70, I think command 80 for oil rig, for fracking facility, for skyscraper for New York. Baba, hold your money, man. You meant. But when you do not, so if you don't have all those things in place, don't expect magic, Baba. You don't expect magic. If you're not going to have a driven, see, Tinubu has the same, maybe it's debatable, the same influence as Awolowo, Kilo Fishe. Kilo Fishe, the same influence, he will go to all the Yoruba states, everybody. Kilo Fishe influence.
Industrialization, is infrastructure, can benefit Tinubu.
Efi Agbero in charge of mobility. Baba, it is unfathomable. Why would you keep that role? Is for engineers. That role is for city planners. That role is for architects. You are now exchanging that role. Why would you find someone head of motor parks? He's not an engineer. What problem is he solving? Is he solving for how cars will be able to move from A to B using alternative fuel? It's not solving nothing. And you expect that
it's a rent-seeking system.
It's a rent-seeking, state captive. So, a Tinubu presidency is a fast track to the old dissolution. So I'm not bothered. I'm just enjoying the ride. It's just that the ride, I can say I can enjoy the ride, but people are not enjoying that ride.
No, it's going to be very bumpy.
I'm not enjoying that ride.
Yet.
Some people find this ride uncomfortable to go on. It's an uncomfortable ride to be in. We can say it's hard, it's horrible, but people in Nigeria, for them, it's an uncomfortable journey to freedom. So I do empathize with them, and I say that there's a lot we can achieve if we want to build anything. Let's be honest. But since they are unable to be honest, it's to see Nigeria's currency is slowly encroaching junk bond status. I'm an economist by training,
right?
So I understand they will keep on downgrading it because if you look at all the clear indicators
and all that,
Baba, it don't cast all the productive.
Everybody go chop breakfast. I like that. Thank you so much.
In between the meals, no, in between. What one for in between?
Any brunch or anything like that. Yeah.
Baba, you don't cast.
I am so happy to see your face.
Baba Bulaba.
Bala Blue.
God bless you, sir.
You too. Thank you. Adiola. Bulaba. Bala Blue. That's it. You don't have to understand the whole thing. Sir, UK. I don't know why you put UK, but I'm going to stick to it, right, sir?
Yeah.
You are with us, Anna. You are with us from the room, from the house. Then there is something that needed to be done, and you still don't want to be out of here.
No. I said I must complete this now. I'm heading to Baltimore, but let me finish before I'll start going.
Great. Well, I'm glad you waited. Okay. Thank you so much. Please.
Yeah. No problem. I mean, I'm one of your addicted. I'm addicted to this show. I always make comment. Anytime I make addicted, know that it's me that you're seeing.
Okay. Yeah. I'll pay attention now, right?
So what I want to say is that,
yes, sir.
Mayegu, if you want to build skyscraper, can you use 4 inches block and build it?
No.
After using 4 inches block to build skyscraper, what do you expect?
Disaster. Disaster.
So that's exactly what is going on in that country. It can never work. You see, ever since I was 15 years, I've been reading Things Fall Apart.
By
Chinua Achebe, he already predicted what Nigeria would be.
in that, I keep reading that book. Do you know that anytime I read that book, I get more inspiration about what is about Nigeria?
Like
you see,
more
yeah, it will never get better. Believe me. You see the politicians, you see the citizens, all of them, they are the same. Mindset, dangerous mindset. They have dangerous mindset. You can't ask questions. No. Even as I'm talking to you, my parents sometimes you argue with them. You tell them this is the truth. I mean, when you say the truth, they will say you are very, very insulting, because you are telling them the right thing to do. But nobody wants to do it.
Than us,
yeah.
So, living abroad. Do you think you are better than us? They say that to you too, don't they?
Yeah. So for anybody who doesn't listen when you tell them the truth, so what do you think will happen? Nothing will happen now.
Nothing.
You will be there. You'll be stagnated. So there's nothing can happen because one, our mindset is very bad in that country.
Wow.
Even people who have stayed in overseas, when they go back to Nigeria, that Nigeria in them can never go out. So I don't know if they will change that name. Until they change that name, Nigeria, I think that will be the stepping stone. So we shouldn't even be comparing overseas. If you look at Rwanda, you can't compare Rwanda with Nigeria. I have a Rwanda friends. I have a Rwanda friend. I have Kenyan friends. I know what they are doing. You can't even compare them. Talk less of comparing US or UK. So anytime we are talking comparison, comparing all these Western, I mean, we're just making mockery of ourselves. It's a hypocrite because even within Africa, there's some nations that are even better than Nigeria. We don't even use them as a comparison. Then we are using across the sea, across the ocean to compare. What are you comparing for? Because these people, they don't have the same mindset with us. They don't think like us. See, ever since I came to US, I don't pray on Mayogu. I don't ask God for anything because I know when I walk, I'll get what I want.
That's right.
So I don't pray. I don't look at churches. But when you bring people over there, they will say you don't go to church. I said, go to church, make church, burn you there. I'm not going to any church.
You there.
I don't go to church. I don't go to church. But I deserve whatever thing because I work for it. Whatever thing I work, I deserve for it. I don't complain. I don't. The only problem we have is that we are here.
Do you know something, Baba? There are so many people that instead of Nigeria pastors and all of them to draw them to God, they actually chase them from God because a lot of people are now like they don't believe in that God anymore. You know why?
No. I'm one of them.
Yeah,
I don't believe in Nigerian God. I don't believe in Nigerian God. But I can believe in Nigerian US. I can believe God of US, but I don't believe God of Nigeria. Now, why?
You always say, God bless America. So you believe that more than Nigerian God?
Yes. Even no matter how bad they are, I believe these people more than our people. Even those people.
They say seeing is believing, Abi.
Yes, man. That's why I told you. When I come here, I say, which church do you want me to go? Which church? I don't go any church. I don't go to church. My wife will be talking. I say, my wife, if you want to go. I mean, I can listen. Sometimes I will just go there, just go listen. But my mind is not there because I don't believe in all those nonsense. You see? So forget those things. It can never change until it will start from the family. From the family, go. Because even the family itself will tackle you before it. I mean, the problem is too much.
You. One man, a retired teacher for my place. He was elected as a councillor. So this man, somehow can't reject salary. They show. Are you with me? Retired school teacher, head teacher. I'm talking about back then when I was growing up. Now, people of 75 years, they contest councillor, 70 years. They're like retired school teacher and all that. The old man, they can't they press and say the guy very clean, he knows steal money, and the rest of that. The old pressing and the rest, last 1 month. When people started saying, when they see him around, they will say, you better don't go there. He's gonna send you a message. When he send you a message, now he's not gonna give you anything. Because he's here for that he went to government and he didn't get any money. He went there, nothing.
Yes. Yes.
So you will tell him to avoid him because he sent an errand. He won't give you anything because he has no money.
So the people doesn't like the people doesn't like the country, and they are not patriotic. Any individual who is not patriotic to his land can never succeed.
No.
But they don't preach that one now. They're not talking for church. They can't tell you now. They can't tell you. Even in your own house, if you're not disciplined to your own house, when you enter your house will be like a mad people. Where my people there? So what do you think that can happen to that country where everybody they're mad? People are mad.
Asylum now. Nobody. This is why we call it concentration camp. Asylum.
Yes, everybody is mad in that country.
Mad now, mad.
I just visited last December now. Come and see how people we are doing in Lagos. Even my friend,
yes, so some of us who don't leave Nigeria 10 years, 20 years, 25 years, they get to Nigeria and they're like, come on, why do you think see wars like this? Agbero see the people. People say I go shoot you, I go kill you, nothing go happen. Police they cock gun. When is this going to end?
No. It can never end. It can never. Even a policeman, they tell me, say, one of my friends, he's a policeman. He tell me, say, man, you see this country? Very soon, Abro go take over. Even Abro go they slap them. You know, the guy. If you see where Abro is doing something in Lagos, so you don't enter. He said, don't even go. Don't even try it.
Abuja already. We will live long enough to see it. Because remember something in UK, right? In this life, sometimes if you tell people, they no go believe because they are not meant to believe. But life is a teacher.
Yes.
The more you live, the more you learn. Some experience day where we say they supposed have them. Some shege day where we say you supposed feel them. When I was growing up, they say if the whole person knock for head for Sokoto, and a day Enugu, you no get money to go Sokoto if he's never visited Sokoto. For that moment that his knock is waiting for him in that Sokoto, he will borrow money and he will go to that Sokoto, come down, show the head, then knock him. He will return back to Enugu. They say, why you go Sokoto? He say, somebody hold me knock. That's exactly what life is. Everybody will receive the knock.
Because it must reach everybody. This one, nobody can run away from them. I mean, we that even here, it will touch us because we have people over there.
We can't pretend.
No.
Everybody go collect.
Because even the financial aspect of it, you can even feel it. Me, I know how much I sent last year.
Yes.
I know how much I sent last year.
As the poverty in the country increases, so will your responsibility as well.
Yes.
I am there. I'm feeling it.
I know. Yeah, so I know. So let me just leave you go. Let me hear back this thing.
See, I don't want you to miss too much hours on your way to Baltimore, but it's been a pleasure that you.
No, it's not too far. But I mean, I just wanted to say some things today because it's been a long. I haven't even called, but I say, well, once you bring out this parliament, I must come in. Citizen, I beg, sorry for taking you so long. God bless.
Stay safe, Baba. Drive safe. See you.
Bye bye.
Nice one. That's a UK. And here is my man, Citizen.
My good general.
Seeing nobody.
You can hear me?
Can you hear me?
You can hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Let me first and foremost, cheers. Because, life is about enjoyment before it's about anything else. Because
you believe that. But I only have just about 5 minutes to go now. I've overshot my time.
I think everything has been said.
Oh, here. Go on, Baba.
I think everything has been said. There's always more points, but I think everything has been said. Let me say to everybody, Gen Z is coming for you with your bigotry. Gen Z is coming for you with your rigged election. Gen Z is coming for you. When it comes, nobody will be in their way. The people who are still in power, they seized it. They didn't ask for it. They took it by the barrel of a gun. People like Buhari, he took it by the barrel of a gun. OBJ by the barrel of a gun. The same with the others who have done the same. The same thing is going on in Lagos. Our people, who we all hail from somewhere, our people, have made it so that to talk the truth is as though you're telling lies. And we must question those simple things. We must still tell the truth. We cannot allow the people who have put themselves at the head of a criminal enterprise to take control of a place that we call our ancestral land. And if we do, then it's on us. It's not on somebody else. Somebody else will not come and save us. So let me go to the point. Please. Omoyele Sowore was part of a coalition. They were called CORE, who called for revolution in 2019, having gone through a rigged selection. The same process that just now happened again in 2023. People ridiculed him. People laughed at him. People looked at him as though what he was talking was nonsense. Now the same people will be on the street very shortly. When we meet there, we will understand ourselves. That's right. More than enough what I want to say.
I mean, that's so brilliant. A short reminder of history that seems to be like a long time ago, but it wasn't that long. This happened in 2019, and it seems that everybody's going to end up on the street the way it's going. Like, everybody will have the share of that injustice. Whatever it is, however it comes to you, injustice is injustice. When you feel cheated, you expect that there is a system where you can seek redress. But when you go to places where you can seek redress and you realize that it's been infiltrated as well, that disappointment will even end up having to take everything out of all those courtrooms and every other rooms, right? And as for the revolutionaries, yourself inclusive, right, is just going to be my enemy or the enemy of my enemy, or fighting the same enemy, means that it won't be a bad idea to meet them in the trenches, like you just dropped now. Everybody is going to have to react, right? And this is going to be the time. So thank you so much, citizen, for this and for helping me to manage that time, okay? I'm not going to...
And just quickly, one thing that people should try and do, please. Enjoy the engagement. Press the like button. It doesn't cost anything.
I mean, I appreciate that too. Thank you so much, okay? I'll let you go tonight. So I appreciate you. And just like everyone else, I do appreciate you all. So if you are just joining us, it's been a very, very interesting conversation from different people all over the world who participated in the People's Parliament, okay? The first part was me trying to tell you or give you an update on the happenings. The other part is where everybody now joined to what? To add their own contribution. So whichever one you enjoy most, you can always rewatch. And if you joined us midway, you can always watch from the beginning as well. And if this is so long for you to rewatch, don't worry. I also have a premiere that when I'm going to cut all of them into smaller sizes. And you can still also see them on my Egun's Diary Political. Above it all, if you enjoyed this, prepare yourself for another one another time. To everybody who actually joined, but it was too late, time too short, you couldn't make it through. I can see you behind. I'm saying thank you to you too, at least for the effort, okay? But next time, please come early. It's always interesting. You can see your mind. And I hope we'll do that again. Thank you and good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ ni. gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun Diary na ibi number one.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary na ibi number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Mayegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.